The motherfucking saga continues. 10.
What he means is this is Onomatopoeia episode 8?
10.
10?
Bitch.
Episodio 10.
DS.
My name is
Yes.
Evan Brixey. I'm here with...
Austin Sanders.
And Mr. Nick Nolas.
We have, I feel we actually had less titles than usual this week, but I
We have a
feel
lot
like
to say.
there was just a lot of information, and the first thing I want to cover, I don't know if Nick read this, I sent the article to Evan. I want to talk about Black Panther and the Crew, number 2. It was canceled.
Oh, they canceled it?
After 2 issues. I've not seen Marvel cancel a book after 2. I mean, they'll like even Nighthawk. You know, like that lasted. They're gonna let Tynish, who is the author of Black Panther, and he also does World of Wakanda, which was canceled, and
Well, the thing is, he is a non-comic book author
Yes,
that was brought in
he's
to write comic books because reasons.
well, no. I mean, he writes social science books.
Mm-hmm.
That nature of and I hate using this term, African American.
Episode 6.
Yeah,
I've got them fucking memorized.
like, but black culture stuff, and okay, I understand it's not for everyone, but I really thought this Black Panther and the Crew issue 2 got me connected to the story. I got a new character. We're kind of building a world around this, and I was like, all right, I want to see where this goes.
But that's the thing, is that the theorem on the internet is that this cancellation was because of pre-orders.
Well, that's where
if that's the case, I don't blame Marvel if they're going to base cancellation decisions off pre-orders, because the byline, like the summary of what the story was going to be, and the cover of the first issue, which is all the information people have to go off for pre-orders, did not seem appealing to probably even the target audience. It's just a really bland photo of Misty Knight with some other people in the background, and it's the Crew.
You know what? I hate to say this, because as a Black Panther fan and a fan of, I gotta say, all the characters. I mean, like Manifold from Secret Warriors. Oh god, we fucking have to talk about that tonight too. Damn it.
Yeah.
But you know, Manifold. Like I'm interested in these people, but yet we're on issue 2 and we haven't dived into like half of the cast.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we got a Misty Knight issue, and then we got a Storm issue, and I still don't give a shit. And I like Storm.
Did you read it, Nick?
I read a little bit of it. I just breezed through it. But somebody who just literally picked this up, because I don't think I've read a Black Panther and the Crew, because is this a monthly one, or is this like a bi-monthly?
No, it's a monthly, and it just started, so it's new.
All right, yeah. On the inside looking out...
Do you read Black Panther books?
I love Black Panther. I think he's a really interesting character.
Have you read Tynesha's...
Probably, but I haven't committed it to memory.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, is this... is it just like... are they... like militant, because I'm seeing like Black Panther, but I'm thinking Black Panthers.
I get what you're saying,
when I see this.
and you would think that, but
Yeah.
no, really.
Okay.
To tell the truth, I mean, we still haven't seen T'Challa's not even really involved in anything
I just
yet.
read this.
It's called Black Panther, and
He's
that's
at
the
the
thing is-
very end of this comic. And
Yeah,
that's it.
I understand wanting to take Marvel's like big box best black characters and put them all together. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
But
can we
don't-
also agree that Marvel has the best black characters
they do
versus
have good
DC's?
black characters.
Like besides Mr. Terrific, I can't.
Well, they got John
Oh yeah.
Steel.
Black Manta.
I like Steel.
Black Manta is black. I always forget about that.
Yeah, they. I don't. I think that was done on purpose back in the 70s or
Black
I know,
Manta's
isn't
black.
that really really
Black
bad?
Vulcan.
But like, I mean, okay, but like Misty Knight is. Well, okay, so I'm an Iron Fist fan, so I guess it's like a cheating to say, but like, I mean, I like her, but like, I actually feel she's the weakest part. I like the new character they brought in with this book.
I'm surprised they haven't introduced Misty Knight into the Netflix Marvel
She
series.
is. She is.
Oh, she is?
Just not no arm.
Yeah, no, she doesn't have the bionic arm. She's in the Luke Cage series.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
is she
a
the cop?
detective.
Yeah.
That's Misty Knight?
Yeah.
Okay, because I
They
watched a few
decided to
episodes
go
of
with,
Luke Cage and then
they-
I was like done. But
Oh, really? You don't
yeah,
like
I
Luke
mean,
Cage?
I like it, but you know, if
Adrian Young did the soundtrack, so I don't think you can argue at any point.
Oh no, I was gonna say I like it. The guy who played Luke Cage is really good too. It just
Michael
just-
Coulter.
yeah,
Yeah.
he did really good, and he looks like Luke Cage. which I love.
But you didn't like the series itself?
Well, I didn't like it. I never got around to finishing it. And
I thought it was campy.
Did
in all
you
the
finish
wrong
Iron
ways.
Fist?
I've seen 2 episodes of Iron Fist.
So then let me. Did you finish Jessica Jones?
I did finish Jessica Jones.
So
and
when
I have
I-
seen Daredevil.
Okay, so it's both seasons.
Yeah.
So Evan and I have already had bitch fits about this, or bitching at each other. But Jessica Jones is my favorite Netflix series.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
really-
that one was all right. I was gonna say.
Where do you find comfort in Netflix, or do you even like the Netflix stuff?
Well, I do like the Netflix stuff. I like that they're able to give the stories that they can't really translate to the big screen.
Time.
Yeah, exactly, and just show that these are basically like
Immersive
building.
worlds.
Yeah, just world
for sure.
building. That's what they're doing with that, and I think these are good. But it just strikes me weird that I'm thinking the entire time this stuff is going on and they're like raising hell and everything. I'm thinking, where's Iron Man? Why isn't he dealing with this? Which that's always been a thing in the comics that we've talked about.
You're Daredevil season 1, right? That's your numero
Yeah, I
uno?
think that's the best.
Daredevil. I like season 2. Punisher's.
See, that you're just like my brother.
Joe-
My brother,
Joe
if he was
Bernthal.
here,
I love
he
Punisher.
would talk about this all day.
Yeah, I don't know if Joan Bernthal looked like Punisher. I mean, in my opinion, I think Thomas Jane was probably the best looking Punisher, like the
Wow.
closest to the character,
Mhm.
I'd say.
That's interesting.
But I mean, Punisher.
I
can
want
pretty much
Punisher to be bigger.
I want to.
Punisher
okay.
could be any man.
No.
Really.
I want to talk about this subject in particular, about like what you said, like Thomas Jane's look.
Yeah.
And being bigger. These are exactly something I for Mother's Day, my ma and I went to Guardians again.
Okay.
And first and foremost,
Did you see it in 3D or was it?
she doesn't like 3D movies, so we did not.
Because I've seen it in 2D and 3D. I had to take
What
one
was
of
it?
my
It's got to be better in 3D.
It wasn't as much 3D as I thought.
As it looked like
Wow,
it had.
it felt like it when I watched
there
it.
There were a lot of opportunities where it could have did that, but no. The only 3D thing I can recall from that I really liked was whenever they were on Ego's planet, the rainbow bubbles. That's the only thing that really seemed to jut out on the screen to me. Not even the explosions. I was
interesting.
hoping the dimension hopping thing would look
Yeah,
really
yeah.
cool.
That's what I thought too.
But it was mostly just like that stereoscopic kind of separated, like
Perfect term.
kind of like I'm looking at a pop-up book, sort of. if that makes any difference.
It makes it.
Now,
A
Guardians.
pop-up book while wearing 3D glasses.
And paying
Exactly.
more money.
But the Ragnarok trailer was in 3D, which looked
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was good. I like
love
that.
how, like, all of
Yeah.
our when it comes on the Guardians of the Galaxy 2, our main subject is always going to be Ragnarok.
Yeah, that was,
I brought that
was
up with
good.
other people before, and my coworker saw it, and I'm like, okay, so what did you think? He's like, yeah, it was okay, and I'm like, how about that Thor Ragnarok trailer? And he was like, that was the
Yeah, it
best
was
part. No, it was.
I mean, and Guardians is a good movie too.
But,
which
okay,
is
but that's-
sad. Just that shows how good that Ragnarok trailer is.
That's what I want to mention
it's a
is
Thor movie.
Harry.
How crazy is that?
Harry is right though. Listening back to one of our previous podcasts, that the screenwriting, besides like Evan had mentioned, forced jokes, the screenwriting is fucking tight. Like
Oh yeah.
tying Ego into like Yondu's story and like the connection Yondu makes with each member of the Guardians, and even Nebula's story. I don't know. I really enjoyed the motion picture. Actually, better the second time. But I guess what I don't know what the fuck.
I don't think you should get a cookie for doing your job. I mean,
Damn, Evan is just brutal as fuck when it comes to Guardians of the Galaxy.
I just really didn't like the movie. But the more I've had time to think about it, the less I like it. But seriously though, you've got these established characters. You've established all of them, every single one of them, except for two, in the previous movie. If you can't tie them together, then you fucked up. You don't get an award for it. I mean, the story should flow correctly. That's not something to brag about.
Well, it's just we've been so exposed and so whiny about all these other movies that we've seen.
That is what they usually do.
Okay,
very poorly.
yeah.
but this is. I will say this. When I look back on it, Evan, Doctor Strange versus Guardians 2, Guardians fucking slays Doctor Strange.
It's a much better movie. Yeah.
I've been thinking about this. The other day I was in the shower because that's where I do my best thinkings.
Hey, you know what's funny?
I-
Jonathan Hickman has that same quote.
Seriously, I do my best thinking in the shower. I don't know. I come up with ideas. I'm like, oh, that's how I do it. Anyway, I was thinking that, and I was thinking about Doctor Strange because I think about Stephen Strange in the shower,
Me too.
But
Yeah,
God damn
I know,
it.
right? Yeah. And I was thinking.
I think about Wong mostly, but
I was thinking. Oh yeah, I was gonna say more like Wang. Anyway, I was thinking that I was like, man, Benedict Cumberbatch, he's a talented actor. I like him. But why is he Doctor Strange? I thought that from the beginning.
No, out of curiosity, Nick, would you have liked what if he just did his accent? Like, what if he just talked?
It would have been okay, but
I feel uncomfortable when he does that weird American accent.
well, he just has such a deep voice, and you're not used to it. His main iconic characters are British. But
Wait, hold on. Have you seen his footage of him being meow?
yeah, I have. It's hilarious.
It's nothing.
That's the best thing
know, right?
in the world.
It's
He
nothing
gets
on
into
his
it.
southern accent from that one fucking movie.
Oh, have you seen that?
Yeah, the August or whatever.
I'm sorry, man, but I have to go.
Yeah,
it's like Forrest Gump. That's
Apparently,
like,
people thought it was
Okay.
pretty good.
We veered super off track
Okay.
here. We started on the.
I know.
Okay.
Right? I was gonna say though, but with my thing, I was thinking that Benedict, he's doing good, and this connects with Guardians, that he does good as Doctor Strange. But I'm thinking, wouldn't he be a better Adam Warlock? Like think about that, facial structure wise.
Hey,
You're actually correct.
Hold on.
I think he's too old though.
wait,
Yeah.
Kevin Feige, did you just hear that? Because
Yeah.
you just got fucking served. Damn, that's a
Okay.
good idea.
Okay, 'cause
Why
since-
didn't anyone think about that?
And that's what I was saying. I could see him like I was thinking like Paul Bettany kind of like, and I was like, oh well, we got that other British guy. Let's use him.
You think oh god, that is a good shoe-in.
Yeah,
I guess
and
I didn't look at it that way, but
I've been saying for a long time too. I love Benedict as Doctor Strange, but they've had Patrick Dempsey said he was campaigning to do it, and I was like,
really?
I don't really like Dempsey, but the one person I think could pull it off and actually do it really good, and has already been working with Disney, so it shouldn't really matter, and it's going to make a lot of money either way, should have been Johnny Depp. I would have loved to see him as Doctor Strange. I think that would have been.
Oh my god!
really
Can you
good.
imagine the cash flow of that movie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I love Johnny Depp, and he actually looks kind of like Doctor Strange a little bit. So, and
I don't know, man.
Whoa! Do you
I
think
know
that
that-
he'll work his way into the Marvel's MCU?
He's gonna work his way into the Marvel MCU as Jack Sparrow. There's gonna be a team up
He
scene
is.
during Infinity
He is.
War,
It's called
and
Disney
Jack
Infinity.
Sparrow's gonna be there, getting ready to fight Thanos. I swear to
Hold on.
God.
It's
Man,
the only place you can see.
I really like that
like-
concept.
Oh man.
I mean, it's too late
What if
now.
Jack Sparrow in
All
the
right,
MCU?
hold on.
Well, I was
I'm
say,
gonna
you got
be the
whole Jack Sparrow and Darth Vader all in one team.
Oh my god! Yes, yes.
It's called Disney Infinity.
Dude, what?
and I gotta tell you later for my pitch tonight. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself, but no,
I'm just already. All I can see now is like Jack Sparrow and Darth Vader like talking. Like
crossing
that's
swords.
that's the best. All right, let's talk. Okay, so that was Black
Okay,
Panther.
so we were on
Black Panther and the crew.
I really want to say, I actually, you interrupted me in a point I was making that I want to make for Black Panther and the crew.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
let's talk about it.
You take two of the most iconic black characters,
Who?
for me, for the purpose of this point.
T'Challa?
You take Storm and T'Challa,
Yeah.
who are from Africa, and in the comics have always been very disconnected from the American black experience. And you put them in a story
An
about
urban
the
setting.
American
I don't know.
black
When I was
experience.
watching X-Men when I was a little kid, I remember seeing Storm in that shopping mall with Rogue. And they were
They
having
seem
a
pretty
good time.
tight, Evan. I think you might be wrong.
No, but I get. I'm just messing. I get what you're saying. Man. That's,
Is that the
But
one
no.
where they get attacked by Sentinels?
yes, it is.
And Jubilee blows one up finally? Or
Okay,
maybe
so
not.
you know,
exactly.
Nick, I just got to say this because I think it's funny, and I had texted Nick the other day. I said because I just wanted some, your brain gets stale, and I just needed some new juice. So I was like, hey, Nick, who's your favorite modern MC?
Okay, yeah, no, I was.
And
I was
he sent me like this fantastic list, and he interpreted MC as Marvel Comics.
we talk about comics. We
And
don't
then-
talk about music.
And I was looking for like a verbal
Like
MC
rappers.
like hip hop who could throw rhymes out, and it was really funny. But then
I just
I
said
actually
Mod B.
I actually went over Nick's list, and I was it connected with my soul because it's on the same level we are. But like we were talking about like fucking Fantastic Four, Hickman, and then Annihilation, and then he said he ended it with like a 2009. What did you? He said it specifically like that 2000 like right when like after Civil War,
post Civil War.
Oh yeah,
like
just
and you know so funny.
Just everything post Civil War.
Like god damn it, but like when we talk these things, remember when Black Panther and a Storm were a married couple in like ruling Africa,
which was
what
good.
a strong series.
Yeah, and I mean
a lot of table.
Oh, yeah, I apologize.
A lot of stuff like that doesn't ever make sense, like just random pairings. But that one actually
makes
kind of
they're both powerful royal lines. In Africa.
Everything from after Civil War, Planet Hulk, M-Day.
Like it's just so funny because I'd
stuff.
never contemplated on it, but everything you and I have like jived about is always on that same level of like, it's that time period. Like I don't know how that works out, but like. And you just mentioning right now about how those guys are not street level thugs. I mean, do you remember? Did anyone read where Daredevil left Hell's Kitchen and Black Panther filled in for him?
Yeah, I remember
when
that.
He went to move to Sacramento.
When he goes to San Francisco.
Oh, I got my douchey California cities mixed up. Excuse me.
But no, yeah, I just like it. Just I
did just read the storyline where finish reading the storyline where Matt Murdock puts himself on trial. He accepts a lawsuit against Daredevil, and he sues himself. Did you ever read that?
Did he have Foggy dress up as Daredevil?
No, he had Peter Parker. He had Spider-Man dress up.
You've read that, right?
No, I haven't. This sounds really funny. Is this new?
No. Okay. So I don't want to go.
This sounds like Silver Age shenanigans.
Okay. So post Civil War, and this is actually where I really got into like a Focus comic like interest, because Danny was repping his friend Matt, who was in prison.
Yep.
Remember?
He was in prison for a while.
So what Danny did is to make sure that people understood that Matt is not Daredevil. Is Danny put on the fucking Daredevil suit?
I knew that. And that became Daredevil. Which
that's like the most metal thing for me.
That makes sense.
That's so cool. But Foggy had the same idea.
Okay.
And he was like in the Daredevil suit.
Did he like pretend he was blind and everything too? Like run into doors and
like so. Well, there was just a moment where like Danny was like gonna beat the shit out of Foggy Nelson. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, I'm trying to help my friend. Yeah, like
no. Yeah. This storyline is from the late '90s, and it's seriously some guys like, hey, Nelson and Murdoch, I want to sue Daredevil for destroying my property. And then Foggy's like, what? And then Matt's like, yeah, we'll take the case. And so they take it, and then when they get to court, he asks Peter Parker to put on the Daredevil costume and pretend to be him. And so it's Spider-Man, and the judge is like, are you really Daredevil? And he's like, well, if I wasn't, could I do this? And he does like flips around the courtroom, and he's like, order in the court. I'll arrest you, Daredevil, or whatever. And then Matt Murdock is sitting there blind with his cane. And then freaking, at the very end of the trial, they're about to like call the sentencing. Some other guy dressed as Daredevil that wasn't planned comes busting in through the window, and he's like, I'm Daredevil! And then Matt's like, what the fuck? What? And then the guy's like, it's me! And he like takes off his mask. He's like, I'm, Bob Saget. That's not his name. But
what if Bob Saget?
I like how like Evan's first approach to a name is Bob Saget.
I know I went to Bob Saget.
Well, when you got to go to something, it's Bob Saget. I mean,
he cashed in so he could write a fake memoir as Daredevil.
Tourette's guy.
And it's just that's his thing. And then Matt's like, I didn't plan this, and that was the thing. That was the whole storyline.
What? Man, what inspired you to read that?
I'm just reading all of Daredevil.
I'm just saying, I have a phrase for that I've told people before that, and I like to. I use this already. Silver Age shenanigans. That sounds like what this is.
This is late Bronze.
Jesus.
No, this is before Civil War. This is before. This is 1990.
That doesn't make it better. That makes it worse.
So we were 8.
Oh, okay. So it's okay.
All right, guys. We're talking about 2 issues, and we have like 27 issues to talk about.
What's the next one?
We're gonna break 2 hours this week.
Kingpin. Let's talk about Kingpin. We've been talking about Daredevil.
All I want to talk about is, as I've mentioned in every fucking podcast we've talked about Kingpin, is that I think it's one of Marvel's best series.
It's really good.
I
like Kingpin as a character. and to see him shine has been phenomenal. And also the end of this one, like there's a like kind of
where
fucking
Kingpin's
spoilers.
helping the reporter out, right? Or
Well,
is it more like a thinly veiled threat?
She fucking makes out with this guy that she's
The
comfortable
boxer.
with, and
Okay.
and the Kingpin's just like
Did they pop his knuckle too?
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can hear it.
That was it was dramatic. I'm sorry. He was basically pissed, and it was weird because you don't see him emote. And I
Well, you do with anger sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh
which,
yeah.
Which
also, that's another thing. When he gets pissed in this series, he literally tears people apart.
which is what you want the Kingpin to do. You want him to assert
And
that
I gotta
status
say,
of Kingpin.
Nicholas, what's the actor's name I really enjoy from Men in Black? Vincent.
Vincent D'Onofrio. Yeah.
His portrayal, I feel, really fueled this series.
Oh yeah, he's a fantastic Kingpin.
Did you hear what he said on Twitter recently?
No.
Somebody asked him. He's been pretty open about. He's like, I'm not leaving Netflix. Like, they aren't going to put me in the movies most likely. But then somebody was like, hey, if you could do you could be a villain as Kingpin for anybody, who would you want to do besides Daredevil? He's like, Spidey, 100%.
Oh, that would be great.
And I was like, yes, please.
Ford.
Have you guys read
he's
Family
a movie
Business?
guy, so he would. Yeah, he would be. Oh wow,
Man, that would.
that's a great idea.
But okay, but we can all agree
Yeah.
that is a fucking good book, right?
It's a good book.
And we're only 4 issues in. I mean, this isn't even a
Yeah,
trade.
But definitely read Civil War II Kingpin to set yourself up.
Oh yeah, you can't jump it.
I'm trying to avoid Civil War 2. I was
Wait,
gonna say, I
no,
read through it
hold
and I
on.
was
Did you not read this?
It's completely
No,
has nothing to do with
I-
Civil War
okay,
II.
all right, 'cause I only read like a few of. I read the main one and I was like,
Let's.
this is dumb.
We'll do
It
it.
was dumb.
We'll do a minor rants.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to talk about Civil War 2. I want to talk
For
about
sure.
sub-series.
Okay.
There was a series of. Did you read Infinite Comics? Infinite is a strictly digital comic, where it's like.
And then no, I was gonna say until I started getting with you guys, I just strictly was,
Okay,
picking up and reading.
and I think this is a really cool method of presenting comics. You'll have a panel, and then when you're reading it, and you scroll to the next one.
An image is added to the panel.
Yeah. And,
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
I actually
see,
really
I see.
hate those, but that's
Okay,
just
I get it.
But cool thing, some of them I've seen that are like that. They have an alternate version where it reads more like a regular comic.
Yeah.
It's cool because it feels serialized, like as you're going through. But I feel like when it comes to those books in particular, like Civil War era stuff, Civil War 2, I mean, Kingpin crushed, but they did this one with Ulysses.
Yeah, the main.
And
character.
and it was an Infinite book too.
Yeah.
I liked all the sub series, but then when it came to the actual book, it was just like this little like pussy meandering with fucking Steve and Carol and Tony being just fucking cunts to each other, and I was just like that's
Actually, it was just everybody making fine, reasonable points, and Carol Danvers being an unreasonable idiot.
Which is sad
I am
because
hurt by that because
they're trying
Carol is my girl. Like I love Carol,
and that's the thing.
And they basically made her just look like a cunt.
They're
whole fucking,
trying to bring her to the forefront.
I did not mean that in a negative way.
How else could you mean it?
We love you,
Calling
Carol.
somebody.
Carol's my favorite character, so I don't.
Also, the actress they picked to play her is too skinny.
Carol
she
is
needs to put
bae.
some muscle on.
Carol's Bay. Yeah.
No.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about skinny bitches
Dude,
playing
no.
Marvel
Okay,
and
bring-
DC characters. Brie Larson is way too small.
Brie Larson, she's a very
She needs
attractive
to bulk
lady.
up. Put on,
Why didn't-
drink some
why-
muscle milk.
Why
or
didn't they
something.
get Charlize? That's who they should have got.
She's
mean,
too old.
Well,
Why isn't there a
She's
Black
so-
Widow movie? Why is a fucking 70-pound woman playing Wonder Woman? I don't know. Let's just keep asking these questions about why we need to.
are these the things that keep you up at night?
Nope, they keep me up in the morning.
Okay, so Kingpin's good. Read
I
it.
don't want to talk about that.
I
don't.
Oh, I see what you're doing there. Okay.
Do you want to talk about Gwenpool?
Nope, I don't because I thought. Okay, I will preface this. I put on a reading list on the blog this week that I wanted to read Gwenpool. 15?
Yeah.
It had Robbie and fucking Hawkeye. New Hawkeye.
Hot girl.
Girl Hawkeye.
Kate.
When did that start?
And I just thought that was a
A
cool,
while
like,
back.
they're in Los Angeles, it's Robbie and his car, and Hawkeye, and, like, Gwenpool. I read, like, 5 pages, and I was like, this book is not for me.
Gwenpool is an atrocity.
Isn't Gwenpool like basically their answer to modern Harley Quinn, kind of?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cute.
Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
like-
That's good,
yeah.
Nick. I never thought about it that way. Nick just some.
Yeah.
Wow, you just. Okay, next up. Next subject.
Avengers 7.
Fucking A.
Oh, I liked Avengers. I actually read,
okay,
that's one I
so,
actually read this week.
Evan and I have bitched constantly on Nadia on Unstoppable Wasp.
Okay. Yeah.
Her in Avengers though works so well. So
She's better
basically,
as a supporting character.
God, exactly. You're right on that.
Yeah. She's the Rob Schneider of Marvel.
I'm
just saying.
Oh,
No, seriously.
Okay.
no, he's not wrong though.
I'm
It's
gonna
the worst
spend all
part.
night photoshopping Rob Schneider's face on
Yes.
the Wasp.
Please do that.
Okay,
Please
and
do that.
put that on the blog for us.
Yes.
Okay, so God damn it, Evan, you're tearing shit up tonight, guys.
I didn't read it, so.
Okay, so
Is this
so
a Secret
all
Empire tie-in?
It will tie in, but at this moment it has not.
Oh!
Fucking Doom shows up, and he's like, basically like, listen guys, I need help, and I'm gonna summon the Avengers. And they're like, dude, you're fucking Doom. And then Nadia's like, hey, I'm a scientist, and I really like.
She's like,
You're Doctor Doom. She's
Like,
like, listen,
she's-
you made a time machine. And
She's
he's like,
fangirling. It's hilarious.
yeah, like it's really great because he's like, yes, I did do that invention. Like, if you're a Doctor Doom fan, there's so many secret references through it, and
the thing that I liked, probably my favorite thing in this was with her whenever she's like asking him so many questions, like, oh my gosh, you blah 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 blah, and he's like, yeah, okay, I did that, and I appreciate your concern, Nadia, and she's like, he knows my name.
no, my
It's
favorite
so
was this,
funny.
which is like, blah 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 blah, and they're like, do you need tea? And he goes, do you have chai? And she's like, we do.
And it says 10 minutes and 1 cup of tea later.
I just really like that Victor Von Doom was like,
Yeah.
I request chai.
I'll have to read.
But like, it was fucking Victor doing that.
That's
Now, this
funny.
is the only thing I felt obscure about is like how little Vision was used.
Yeah. Vision is just not
Well,
an interesting character.
Vision is just a, oh shit, how do we get out of this character, kind of, to me.
But did you read Tom King, the guy that this Batman? Did you read his Vision run?
Is that the one where he has the family?
Yes.
I glanced over it.
I think
I
that
looked
was
at the
something
creepy
you would.
cover art.
I feel like you guys would both really enjoy that story because it's a story. Tom
Yeah.
King knows how to fucking.
Yeah, he's great.
He knows how to write stories.
Yeah.
But Avengers 7, what, 17 or 7?
17.
All I can
7.
say is that
7.
it's worth reading. All new Wolverine. I can say, I know last week we talked about it, or 2 weeks ago, that you did not enjoy
I don't care for it.
his take on it. I'm a really big fan of it, and
This splash page real quick from Avengers. Here, I'm gonna say this is from 7.
we're looking at a splash page, and
Look at that.
Oh, that's so cool.
Isn't that awesome?
it's Alex Ross that obviously
just
does
look
that.
at that right. Oh man, just Doom. Oh,
Doom fucking
God.
crushes. I
Yeah,
mean,
like,
he's the best character.
He's throwing up the hands and
That's cool.
yeah, he's
But
Iron Man doing Doctor Strange poses. It's hilarious. And this is definitely Alex Ross. Yeah.
oh yeah, Alex Ross. I mean, he crushes on a lot too.
Yeah.
But All New Wolverine this week was actually one of my least favorite issues,
Ever?
except at the very of this run.
Okay.
It's the 20th issue, but it ended with. Now she's got new powers where she has can read. It just looks like we're going to lead. That she's going to be part of Secret Empire somehow is what I felt off this. Like they just gave her a new power set, and I was like, what? Like she's like the most basic power set.
Yeah, she heals.
She's just
and she's got some
Yeah.
She has claws.
so I don't know. I was slightly upset by that. Old Man Logan.
I missed
We're
this
still
one.
going through.
Do
time,
you want-
right? like he's going through his past or whatever.
Yes, but it concluded. Now
Okay.
I can talk about this, or I actually feel this is where this reached a point of finalism.
I'd rather read it then.
Then I'm not going to talk about this because it actually is worth. Did you guys read Rocket?
I forgot what's
I
happening.
looked through Rocket. He's got
I fucking love.
he's got a crew and everything.
I love Rocket, so I thought it was cool. And it's Ewing, Al Ewing, that's writing that book, and it. I thought he tore that one up. I thought it was a lot of fun. A cool heist book. It's like Ocean's 11 except in space with Rocket not being on Earth. When the Guardians got that fucking grounded series of everyone being stuck on Earth.
Yeah, well,
Like-
you guys were talking about that, and I looked back, and it's because like their ship got destroyed.
And apparently there's no other ship that can take them
Well,
back to space.
you know, I think don't all the other people, they pretty much stay inside this like solar
the Milky Way.
system, yeah, and isn't like all the other stuff happening on the other side of the galaxy, like Nova Corps and all those.
Supposedly,
dudes?
but then yet again,
Okay.
Tony Stark joined the Guardians of the Galaxy and went out to space.
That's true.
Carol
That is
Danvers
true.
went out. Flash went
Also,
out.
then again, Marvel Space has been kind of shit lately in the
Yeah.
comics.
What
Which is
happened?
sad because I mean this seems like the best
'Cause
time
we
to
had-
do it.
Like in the past,
Yeah.
8 years, we had 3 fantastic space
yeah,
events.
Yeah, you had Annihilation.
Annihilation, Thanos Imperative.
Yeah.
And
I
Thanos,
will
right?
rep Thanos Imperative till I die.
What's the other one?
Cancerverse, right? Is that the other one you think?
What's that one
that's
called?
Thanos Imperative.
That's
Thanos-
Thanos.
Thanos
Okay.
Thanos
Oh.
Imperative is Cancer, but you're thinking about
Um,
Conquest,
Conquest.
Yes.
where you get
The art from the Cancerverse.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
I
No.
also another thing.
Oh.
If
The
we-
music of Giant Dead Galactus as a battering ram to invade our universe is the coolest
most
fucking
metal
thing.
fucking.
Yeah, no, just the.
Also-
it's so cool.
I think one thing that's upsetting me. I think it's cool that we're hinting.
Shumagorak. Oh Lord, I remember him from
Marvel vs. Capcom?
Yes, yeah.
We use
We're
that.
talking about games again, Austin.
Oh.
Just so you know.
Backgammon.
But you remember Grand Country, Fun Spot, or before the Fun Spot, back when it was arcade.
I'll say
you
you mean arcade.
You remember?
I know what you're
Yes.
They
talking
had
about.
8
Okay.
games. They had Marvel vs. Capcom, Soul Calibur
They
2,
had the X-Men game.
X-Men game,
They had
Time
Simpsons.
Crisis,
They had Simpsons too, and they had
Guys.
the Star Wars trilogy.
Star Wars Trilogy arcade
Star
game.
Wars Trilogy and Crazy Taxi.
Yeah, Skate
No, they had,
the Ninja Turtles.
The one game
Oh.
where you could drive and shoot, drive while shooting, or both of you could shoot.
Oh,
Remember that
yeah,
game
yeah.
where one had a driver's seat, the other one.
Oh.
Guys,
What was
Guys.
that? Oh God.
we're already like an hour and a half in probably,
Okay.
and we're not even to DC
What are
yet.
we on next? What are we on next?
Okay, yeah. Are we moving?
Did I want to talk about Secret Warriors, Evan?
Please.
Okay.
Did
Start
you read
without
this,
me.
Nick?
I read through all of it, but I didn't read it. Like I skimmed
You
through
skimmed
all-
it, yeah.
I
This
I'm
you're not
I'm
an.
more, I'm more of a
you're-
DC guy.
Okay.
You know, I'm just.
So I mean,
I'm new to
then
Marvel.
this would be a shitty book for you because this is a lot of random characters. Then,
Hey, yeah, I noticed that.
like you're like,
I recognize Devil Dinosaur and Moon Girl, but
now do you like Moon Girl?
yeah, Moon Girl's cool.
I really
mean,
like that series.
I mean, I like it
personally.
that they're incorporating new things, which I'm totally for. I'm for new stuff, but you know, whenever they
when
like,
this
force it.
is
I like that the Wrecking Crew's in it. I
okay.
mean,
Did
The Wrecking Crew's been in everything.
I know.
They
like,
why are they so popular
Um,
anymore?
I mean, I love the Wrecking
because
Crew.
they've gained so much prevalence through Ultimate Spider-Man. Like, remember, almost every episode
Oh, are
they're
they
fighting
in
the Wrecking
the
Crew.
are they in the television program?
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
I
they're
didn't
in
know
Ultimate
that.
Spider-Man. It's either them or the... Oh, no, the Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes is always the fucking Serpent Society. Like, they're always fighting them.
Wait, did they use the Serpent Crown in the television program?
I don't think so, but I think
Oh.
it was like Anaconda
Um.
and you know, all those dudes.
I okay, I get what you're saying now. Okay,
Yeah, just
so I don't know.
do your hands again like that Serpent Crown. Like you had the Serpent Crown.
I had the Serpent
There you
Crown.
go.
I.
It was really bad.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. It was a bad
It
book.
was a little rough, but
It was slow.
Karnak was in it. It was
okay,
Moon Girl.
I've never been a big Inhumans fan. I mean,
See, that's
Me
what I
either.
thought you.
I'm late to the
and I'm
party.
pretty sure.
But Karnak, I've always liked Karnak because he's not even really like
He
an
doesn't-
Inhuman.
He's
Like, he
not
doesn't
an
have power.
Inhuman.
He doesn't
That's
have
his
powers.
point. Is that
Yeah.
he is not someone that was blessed with the ability to accept the Terrigen Mist.
Except he does. He has that fucking Shatterpoint thing.
That's because
That's his power.
it. Technically, you can classify it as a power, but it wasn't
Yeah.
given by what
Yeah, he
is
did through
Inhuman
meditation,
standards. Yeah.
It's through mystical training, and that's why I like Karnak. I mean, he's not your traditional.
You read
Karnak
Warren
is-
Ellis' series, right?
I
will
didn't get
give
there
you
in
the trade to fucking night.
time. Okay.
Hold on. Also, copyright to fucking night. That's a good word.
Oh, okay.
I just need to say that.
Sponsored by Hot Topic.
No, I was gonna say here. They didn't disclose whether or not they're changing what's her faces and from a mutant into an inhuman. If they change her from a mutant into an inhuman,
Wait,
like they
who?
did in the TV show, the Earthquake girl.
Quake?
Yeah.
Daisy's been an Inhuman since the beginning.
No, she's a fucking mutant. She's an Omega level mutant. That's the origin of her goddamn character.
I think she was a Inhuman
Evan,
in Agents
I'm gonna
of
have to
S.H.I.E.L.D.,
call you out
right?
on that shit.
Nope, look it up.
Nick,
Well, okay.
Austin won't give me the Wi-Fi password.
Oh, okay. But no, she is an Omega level mutant that joined S.H.I.E.L.D. I guarantee you, I know this for a fact because I liked her character.
I couldn't remember if I read Uncanny Avengers.
That's when I stopped watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
now
because I was
Nick, do
mad
you
about
watch
that.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
No.
Oh my god, I don't want to keep drifting, but did you guys watch the trailer that was dropped today of Gifted?
No, what's that? Is that the new Legion spinoff?
Nope, that's the new X-Men the new X-Men show.
By who?
Fox Network.
Okay, like actually Fox.
Yes.
They tried that too a few years ago. Like about 15 years ago, they had an X-Men pilot that was shit.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I need to find it. My dad videotaped everything, so I'm sure we have it somewhere. But yeah,
okay,
yeah,
but
it's like
I watched the trailer today. You remember when I showed you that Cloak and Dagger trailer?
yeah.
I felt that same depression level.
Really?
The only thing I can say this is Polaris is in this series, and she's one of my favorite characters.
She hasn't really been used. I mean, she was in the Wolverine and the X-Men. I think she might have been in X-Men Evolution, but that's about it. Was she in the
Hey,
yeah.
I love X-Men Evolution. I know it's a guilty pleasure, but I actually like that
I
show.
like Magneto in that. Magneto actually gave me a little. I was like, ooh, that's cool. Like that they didn't really mess with him until.
I don't
later
feel like I
on.
watched a lot of that show.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how long it was.
Yu-Gi-Oh was on and Jackie Chan Adventures. We didn't have time for that.
Yeah, I'm sticking to Jackie Chan Adventures.
That was the most humorous thing I've heard.
Oh,
All right, now really quick.
Tonight.
Uncanny Avengers. Did you read it, Evan?
No. Is it good or bad?
It's fucking awesome.
Okay.
Rogue just is like, hey, I'm sorry I fucked you, Deadpool.
I like that the Sentinels are in it because I mean Sentinels I've hardly ever seen anymore.
They're not a thing anymore.
Yeah, I mean.
All I can say is when we talk about I've got a lot of favorites, but Uncanny Avengers, we're in what issue did I just say?
This is
23. Jesus Christ, man! They just keep the fact that you can do 23 issues and I've not been bored once. I think that's a really cool thing. I don't want to talk more about it. I think that it should just.
So is this where they start doing the Secret Empire crossing or the tie-ins?
It's building right now. Let's talk about Screaming Citadel. Evan, did you read it? The new Star Wars book?
No.
Also,
I had no internet at work all day.
how's the internet searching going?
Well, apparently they lied to me. She was first believed to be a mutant until they wrote her into being an Inhuman. So she had she had no powers. They're like, she's probably a mutant, and then they made her an Inhuman. So
that's strictly from the show, is what's up.
No. That was they decided that later. There's a whole bunch of shit with a whole bunch of character names I don't recognize, but
I just don't understand that whole nonsense. But no, this whole Screaming Citadel thing, I really liked it.
I meant to read it, but yeah, I couldn't get access to it.
Have anybody ever touched on Force Vampires, like even fan fiction wise, for Star Wars?
I have never read it till this issue.
Which
and I thought it was very interesting.
Force Vampires seem like they'd be a thing.
Hold on, I don't want to ruin this for you, but it's like a weird
Yeah, it's
okay. This is my reference. I feel like it was like Agatha Christie meets Bram Stoker book. It was like this weird mystery because why would Dr. Aphra need Luke Skywalker? And then you're trying to solve it, and then by the end of it, it's just a fucking weird vampire, Force vampire.
Okay.
And I felt the art. Okay, I'm not trying to be negative on the culture. I'm not into manga, and I feel like this is a very Japanese style looking book. Did you feel that at all from the artwork? The way Luke looked. There's a point where Luke's puts on a suit. And I don't need to see Luke trying on a suit.
He was fancy looking.
What's it called?
Screaming Citadel.
Okay, I'm gonna look up the art real quick.
I was gonna say I got it pulled up right here. If you want
Oh, do you? Let me take a peek at it.
Take a peek, y'all. No, I wasn't really getting that, but I
don't see that at all. That's nice.
I texted Austin about this earlier because he asked me, and I told him that I'm more of a Star Wars purist. So I'm never too thrilled about some of these stories. A couple of them I can get behind. I get behind the Darth Vader stuff. I like
It's
those
hard.
comics.
It's hard to argue with that Darth
I know.
Vader
Just
comic.
whenever he had the briefcase thing, and just the payoff with that was so beautiful. Oh man, and it's like that's how Darth should be. And
On Vader Down, you mean when he
Yeah,
took
yeah,
out
Vader-
the entire Rebel Alliance?
yeah, whenever he's on the planet, and he's delivering something to the king.
Yeah, I know.
And then whenever he opens it up, and it's a fucking chunk of Alderaan, and he says, "This is what's going to happen to you if you do not listen to me in the Empire." And it's like, that is awesome.
No,
Oh, I
and
love that.
and then what was the guy that was trying to like up him?
Is that Krennic?
No. He's
The
a
doctor guy?
Yeah, he's got the eye.
I
He's got the bad eye.
The Baron von Strucker of Star Wars.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
guy with the giant.
All
whale.
right, let's fast forward.
Space whale.
We need to talk about DC because DC is fucking awesome. But before that, I feel like I'm the only one that read all the Image and Dark Horse stuff this week, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All I want to say is this: Jason Latour, who does Southern Bastards by Image,
Okay.
he also does Spider-Gwen by Marvel.
Mhm.
He's got this new book called Black Cloud. I really think it's cool. It's a
Okay.
very psychedelic
What-
book.
What is Black Cloud? Sell me on it. Tell me what it's about.
I can't.
You can't?
Because that's what I want to talk about. This second issue is completely different than the first issue.
Okay.
But it started off as this girl can she goes through different dimensions through I can't tell if it's a power or if it's a drug or what she's doing, but she can take other people there.
Oh yeah, I hated the first issue.
Okay, cool. I thought it was really fun.
Okay. All right.
It's just so wacky.
That's the thing.
Like, is it tongue in cheek or is it?
No. It's
okay.
a serious book. The only thing is that now with the second issue, I still don't know what's happening.
Well,
That's
I don't think
intriguing
there
me,
was.
though.
I don't think there was anything happening in the first issue. It was a pretty unlikable character, in my opinion.
You didn't get a lot about her, and
I need something, and what I got, I didn't like. That's,
Okay, so then fast forward, because I will be the downstayer on that one then, because I enjoyed it. Colin Bunn finally started his first Image book. Like, the guy that writes everything for everyone decided to do Image finally. This is a perfect horror book. Like, I don't know who the artist is, but I just was uncomfortable. There's a lot of just weird situations where you don't feel Colin can write well. Horror, obviously we've all... Have you read Harrow County?
No.
Cool, I have Harrow County for you to take home tonight.
it's good.
I've got a lot of homework tonight.
This book, all I can say is read it this week, you too, because you'll really enjoy Regression.
Sure.
You said you didn't like Grass Kings.
I liked Grass Kings.
Okay,
I didn't.
this
I didn't
new
catch
issue just added we just hit where we need to be in the arc.
Okay.
Grass Kings is an Image book, and the artwork for me really sells.
It really fits what's going on.
It's so dry. I almost want to use that term. It's like Kansas Plains, like it's like this barren wasteland, but like something that we're comfortable with, like something we've seen. I don't know. The art.
That's a really weird description. I don't know if I agree with that at all.
I just don't. Like no,
it's a really simplified art style, but it says everything it needs to.
Okay, that's good.
that's
I like understated stuff like that.
And what is it? Watercolor? Or looks like imitation watercolor?
Yeah.
It's really...
It's just the fact that Image Comics just keeps putting out these books that they touch you emotionally different than like when I read Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, I have a lot of fun. Or like I read Avengers and I think it's cool, but like when I read an Image book, I feel like I'm touching a like I don't like using the word soul, but like a different element of my soul.
They seem like they relate more to you as a person rather than.
Well, maybe they feel more human.
Okay.
I think that's the thing. We're so used to
that's-
this continuity of Marvel and DC, these giant characters. When you're
That's what
reading
Valiant's kind of been like too.
Dude, fucking Valiant is so
it's
good.
closer to like
Is it the movie about the animated movie about the bird?
What?
Valiant?
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh,
I was talking about the comic
hey,
company.
you know what? I like that movie, Evan. If you were being a dick, I like that movie.
I was just asking.
No.
I've been reading Harbinger. I like Harbinger.
Harbinger is a great book.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Dr. Mirage, I would suggest too. Voodoo Man, or wait, it's called us. Not Voodoo Man. That's fucking Marvel. All right, let's go to DC.
This movie, Nick.
Oh yeah.
I like
What?
that movie.
I've never seen that in my life.
Wait, you haven't seen Valiant?
It's not very
I
good.
know.
Nick's so not cult right now.
Okay, see,
God.
now first I'm not hip, and now
God, your Disney knowledge is so lacking.
please help me.
You're
Somebody
kicked off the
educate me.
Disney cast.
Yeah, we can't do the Disney podcast anymore without Nick.
Well, I can talk about Disney Infinity, but
I think this week shined because
because
my favorite work, favorite word, like always, just every fucking podcast because it's necessary, is masturbatorial, is this week because through Suicide Squad, through Supergirl, through Superwoman, through New Superman, and Action Comics,
it's
I
hard,
was literally just creaming my pants.
it's hard to pick my favorite book this week. Now, DC is what I really get from it.
It was a good week. And,
I don't
keep
know what to pick.
Okay, so let me besides all the super books I just mentioned, I want to mention the 3 that wasn't mentioned. I'm a huge Young Animal fan. I don't like Carson Cave has a cybernetic eye. It's a book by them, and I felt Bug is that same style.
Okay, yeah, they're more like tongue in cheek kind of like.
I did
like more. How do I describe this? Kind of like.
I feel like it's for a different version. Culturally, I don't understand it. It doesn't feel like something
like the folks, like the same demographic who are reading Guardians of the Galaxy or Deadpool or Suicide Squad, something like that, like that sort of.
It's a more relevant sort of thing that maybe we're too jaded to read, and it just didn't register with me. Did you read Titans? Because we've now started this new Judas Contract thing.
I read Titans.
Yeah.
Now keep in mind, did you guys?
And
We
this
talked
is
about Teen Titans.
not Teen Titans.
Yeah, we read Teen Titans last week.
Okay.
And the next issue was this Titans.
The start of the.
This was
the Lazarus contract.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
It wasn't that bad.
No, it was a good issue.
It was interesting. I mean,
I'm cool. I'm anxious to see where it goes.
It's cool to see Deathstroke be confident.
Just
finally.
We've kind of had him be lackluster in my personal opinion. Keep in mind it was award-winning Deathstroke, but not something I enjoyed. But
I was a little surprised though that this started just now. Now I haven't read Deathstroke, so I probably missed a bunch of stuff with him. And
you mean his children?
His son. Now I know Ravager and I know Jericho, but it seems to me like if he wanted to bring the son back and was more torn by him, he would have talked about it a little bit more. You
mean not just immediately captured Wally West and just decided to do this in one issue?
Well, yeah, he didn't do it.
Probably would have tracked down a Lazarus Pit.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, that was my favorite part. He's like,
sorry, I ruined the ending for you. He has both Wally Wests.
I like that.
I love young Wally West. He's like, wait, you're Wally West? I'm Wally West.
Yeah, no, I was just waiting for that to happen because it's confusing.
The only one?
They both exist in this thing
really
at the same time, and it's like, wait a minute.
I like Wally West yellow, black.
It's
I
a welcome
love
change.
this new Wally.
It's a welcome change. It makes sense.
I like young Wally West. That's fun.
Yeah, I don't have any problems with it.
Because it's nice to have Wally West who's making lots of mistakes and learning and growing.
He's a character that I can jump on.
The older Wally West is pretty capable. I mean, he was Flash for a while, so
for like 10 years,
he knows what he's doing. So yeah, I mean, it's nice to have a team of actual sidekicks
also
doing stuff, and that's why I like Titans too, because it's like they're like
you do like Titans.
I like Titans
it's
too.
Cool. I mean it's I like.
I
it
don't
because
like Garth.
I mean, they're all the same. It's a lot like Justice League, except a little more lighthearted. Whereas Justice League is more like
it's a lot like Justice League, except it's a concise story and easier to follow.
I'm
sorry.
The mic on that one.
I'm
bitch.
sorry. I'm surprised Justice League is as poorly written as it has been.
I'm really it's crazy because
there's some good things, but
it doesn't feel like a team book.
Is it Extinction Machine is the new one? Or
the newest arc?
The one before it? And then this one's like, what is it we call it? Time Fixers or Clock Stoppers? And I found out Time Fixers is the thing that they did the Tenacious D DVD. little skit. At
Oh
the
my
end.
god, the greatest skit ever with the time goblin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just because and so from now on, I'm going to call that group the Time Fixers.
I like
so
that.
That's who
Clock
they are.
Stoppers is fine if you want to reference the Disney.
Yeah.
You mean
Disney.
Nickelodeon?
Is it Nickelodeon?
Yes, it is Nickelodeon. I think it was the
I was
second.
looking.
Oh.
I like how he just Wikipedia'd his head.
Yeah. I
I
think it was
for
like
the people not listening, Nick just twitched for a second and registered information in his
It was
head.
the second live action Nickelodeon movie. I can't remember if Hey Arnold the movie came out first or not, but
Man,
no. Actually, no. It was right.
All right.
It was second.
Off topic. Suicide Squad. I know Evan.
Kneel before Zod.
Evan's not a big fan of Suicide Squad.
You
this
will be
book.
after this.
This new arc was it? Last issue started the new arc.
Yeah. Last
But
issue
this
is when
issue was just like flat out like, well, you know what? Fucking
Did you
Harley
read
Quinn is fucking Rick Flag now.
Did you read the last Suicide Squad?
It's crazy, Evan.
Because, I
Read
mean,
this book.
I gushed
What-
about it the last
Yeah,
time I
well,
was here.
about well, I mean,
it was
they put
Lex
the-
Luthor. Yeah, they were trying to raid Lex Luthor's corporation for, it turns out, kryptonite, and of course it's Lex Luthor, and he's like, dude, you can just
have my
it, you know,
kryptonite. I don't-
all you had to do
he's
was
like-
ask. And so anyway, what it turned out they were doing is they needed that so they could make a surgical scalpel, so they could put.
A
Look,
bomb.
he's like covering his ears. He's so excited. They used a kryptonite scalpel to put a bomb inside General Zod to recruit him to the Suicide Squad, which
Okay,
and
I don't
it's
give a
impacting, man.
fuck about this. I'm gonna ruin this ending for you. It ends with him in the mirror, like, oh, you put a bomb in my head,
Do you remember?
and he lasers
do you
his
remember-
skull to get the bomb out.
Do you remember
is where
Superman
it ends.
Doomsday, like the one that came out in 2007, the animated movie?
Yes.
Whenever he's in the barbershop and Lex Luthor has the bomb in his head and he zaps it out.
Same
Same
sort of
thing.
thing.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
all I can say is this, and then
Alright,
when my
Evan,
favorite
I'm
part is
gonna
when
hand you this real quick so you can just read these few panels here.
when Amanda goes like, oh, Boomerang's working on a separate mission tonight, and then
Look at these covers first of all.
This cover I loved. Yeah.
Kneel before Zod. It's so
And then-
cool.
But here's the thing though. Go back again. I love General Zod, and I love seeing General Zod saying "kneel before Zod," but with God damn it, fucking Harley Quinn behind it, it ruins it for me.
It doesn't as you read it because they talk about how they feel underused because he's being just.
I'm not
crazy.
talking about that. I just don't like Harley Quinn as a character.
God, I think you'd like it, but when my favorite part, Nick, was when I'm still ruining this for you, so you can read it if you want, but when wait, go back. This is my favorite part. She's like, Boomerang's on a separate mission. She's like, you don't need to know about it, and then she gets a fucking boomerang through the skull. And his mission was just to kill her the whole time. That she was telling him he's on a second mission. And then, they're fucking, and then him fucking... I'm sorry, I'm just so excited about this book.
And this segues into Action Comics.
Oh
with
my
Zod.
god. Did you read Action Comics?
Nope, I missed it.
How do you miss the best books?
What this one is they're basically just assimilating the Superman Revenge Squad. And I know it's a terrible name, and I agree.
No, they have a name in the book.
It's Superman Revenge Squad. That's
Is that
their
what
name.
the name is?
Yeah, the Superman Revenge Squad.
Okay,
Who
but
else is on it?
Metallo.
Cyborg Superman,
Okay.
Eradicator, Blank from the Lois and Clark one.
Now, is it Blank or is it Blanc?
He's probably French, I imagine, but I think Blank could be like the. It seems.
I don't know
flows
which
more,
one it is.
but,
Reading it, I was trying to figure that out in my head.
And they just got Mongol too.
Oh my god, I forgot they were...
Really?
They just,
Yeah.
well, because from Trinity, they just recruited him.
Yeah.
And,
And in the last panel, they just revealed that Hank Henshaw is the one who's taking hold of all these guys.
which is crazy.
You know, and they haven't, not to my knowledge, they haven't done any lead up about
Can
how
you
he
bring up
remembered
that? I want him to see that imagery of him, like, that breakdown of Hank at the end.
Okay, hold on one
This
second. Let me
is-
go back.
It really, to tell you the truth, we've bitched about this, but Action Comics is the place for Superman universe to shine.
That
Yeah.
it's like Detective Comics. It's
Superman and a billion side
Superman,
characters.
Yeah.
Superman's family,
Um,
Batman's family is the
But this one
Detective Comics.
really shined hard on... I mean, this was just a villain issue.
It's Marvel. Shoot.
And I just really enjoyed this issue.
Oh, I don't have it. Crap.
Oh, I got it on mine actually.
That's okay.
But anyway,
Hank Henshaw.
Every time you say that, I think you're going to say Hank Hill.
It's
Who would be the best villain?
yeah.
Ever.
Superman?
Did you read Supergirl, Superwoman?
Are
you into this book?
I did read Superwoman.
Superwoman
I
started.
haven't really got behind it.
It's cool. I understand.
Who is Superwoman again? Lana?
Lana? And
Yeah,
I'm a big
Lana
fan.
Lang, but she's since lost her power, I think. Right?
Nope, regained it with Superwoman is. This is another thing. I read the issue 3 times today. The thing about Superwoman is it's a fucking nerdy man super book. Like, if you're not into like Superman culture, like, it's straight up like Steel is the main character and like him with his,
which is cool. I've always liked Steel. I thought he was interesting.
But like, if you were like someone that just like was picking up a book for the first time and you read like issue 10 of Superwoman, you'd be like, what the fuck is this shit? Like,
Well, that's how I feel with Action Comics right now. If some like 75-year-old man was like, I bought Action Comics #1 when I was just a little boy, and he goes and buys it now, and it's fucking John Henry and Crypto as the main characters in an issue.
See, that's how Superwoman is. But if you are a fan,
yeah, if you like that, then yeah,
you will be right now fanatical because it's so awesome. Especially, they just started a new arc. If I was to suggest something, Superwoman just started something new. If you know your history, or fucking like Nick and I just talked last week about like how fucking great Wikipedia is. No, yeah. I mean seriously, it's a reliable source of information.
I had never really stepped into the whole comic thing myself until I got pissed off when like DC Wiki had never updated. So I
can we agree on that? That DC, Marvel versus DC on Wiki wise, Marvel is updated like literally daily.
They've also
DC
retconned to
is
fucking
so
hell.
Shitty on their.
Well,
if you want to read about,
it's got good stuff. I mean, like, but it is several months behind. I mean, that's why I was kind of like the first thing that really got me into like comics was Batman Endgame. That's
dude, what a good
and so I was all like
finale
I was like you know, like
you need
it's
more.
Like, okay,
I need more.
Okay, when does this come out?
No, that's what we used to do.
Yeah,
is I remember one time, very specific memory in business law class or computer apps or something. I was in there and I was typing. And it's like Evan, are you doing research for history class? I was like, it's like you look at the Civil War, and I'm like, yeah. And I had Marvel Comics Civil War event like Wikipedia page and a bunch of tabs opened up that I was looking at. Yeah. I was like, yeah. He's like, okay, get back to work.
Okay. I think the last thing we need to talk about is the new Superman.
Now, I was going to say, did you guys do anything with All-Star Batman? Because this starts a new arc. This is
did it? Okay, I did not read it, and you know I am a Snyder fan, but man,
it's called The First Ally, and it seems to be very Alfred centric, which is cool. I mean, I like Alfred. He's
okay.
Good stuff.
Now, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
That you most likely have the answer to.
Oh yeah, Batman. Yeah.
Alfred, does he have both arms?
I think he doesn't. In Endgame, Joker cut off his right hand.
I didn't know.
Is that still
right? Is that on the?
I haven't noticed. I assume he has some kind of prosthetic thing that Batman made
him.
Yeah,
I just didn't know if that was like a part of the series. Like
probably, but I mean, it's like
Endgame was a good book, and I mean that was so brutal. I didn't know if that was actually part of the series.
I think it is because everything from there is canon. It's still moving into Rebirth. Everything from there is canon.
And everything from there has no Joker, right?
Yeah, the Joker has shown up.
Wait, in Rebirth? I'm sorry.
He was in Super Heavy, but he wasn't the Joker. He was a normal guy because the whole Dionysium thing and the memory loss thing with Batman, which I don't know about Super Heavy, but he showed up when they had this little scene of Bruce Wayne on a park bench, with the beard and everything. I don't know who. I don't know what. I don't do like
specifics,
like issues and everything, like issue numbers. But yeah, he was sitting on a bench, and this is before he was remembering who he was and everything. And this guy,
I know what you're
yeah, this guy comes and sits next to him on a bench. And he's just this. He is the Joker. I mean, they don't say it, but he's got the same face, and so they talk, and he's talking about since I've had a really big life change too lately, and I love how it is. Please don't change. Like he's saying, please do not turn back into Batman. Like I mean, he says it without saying it. That he brought a gun with him he's going to kill himself because he's happy. He doesn't want to go back to the way he was. He wants to be very peaceful and everything, and so he and Batman have this cool like heart-to-heart talk. Which is probably the best thing out of Super Heavy. I like. Yeah. This is after Endgame. When with the whole thing when Jim Gordon was Batman.
DCEU, that's what they call that era.
Yeah.
If you had shown me a picture of Jim Gordon in a skin-tight purple jumpsuit getting into a giant fucking robot and told me that was going to be Batman when I was a kid, I'd be dead now.
Oh man, no, okay, but to
it
me,
wasn't that bad.
To me,
it was
sense
bad.
That,
it was not that bad.
To me, it makes sense that Gordon was Batman. Like in that he has the suit and everything. I mean, if there's anybody that could do it, it'd be him. If the Bat family's not available,
no, I want Bullock as Batman.
I want to put this on.
Oh my god!
Wait, what?
Okay, hey.
Oh, Bullock is Batman with an extra large like face opening. With
somebody do that for us, please.
And a cigar.
Give me Bullock as Batman in the super heavy suit.
And he has to.
Where did that come from, Evan? Why would you want this?
I love Bullock.
What are you doing? Yeah, he's just like, what's the matter, you? But, oh my
god! No, Evan.
Save your sorry ace. It's so great. Oh man. But anyway, yeah.
Superman Zero.
Yeah. An all new Superman.
We gotta talk about all new Superman.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, I've been getting into all new Superman.
Apparently, I'm worried though. I think they're getting to a point. I think they're being pressured because they really played up to like 3 issues ago. Like, it's going to take you a while, son, to learn how to master your powers, and he's mastered 4 of them in 1 per issue.
Well, and I like it that he's an arrogant douchebag, and he's going to probably end up being the new Superboy, I imagine, because he's kind of the same attitude a little bit, like as far as like just his.
I like when Superman shows up and gives him the father-son chat.
I'm gonna back what Evan just said this series is gonna be canceled in like 3 issues.
I'm really worried it's gonna be canceled. So.
I was gonna say probably. I mean, because it's
as much as I like it. I mean, it's still gonna be.
It's too. I fear it's too out there. Like I mean, not enough sales are gonna go with it. But it's good writing. I mean, if
T'Challa was canceled after 2 issues, I mean, there's new. Okay, that's another thing. Is like as Rebirth is slowly like. I mean, we're like, what are we in like? 25 issues to like
at least I think maybe about 23
to these books.
Oh, and
we're changing from $2.99 to $3.
What? Oh, I know.
Yeah.
They're,
what happened?
They're building suspense, is what they're doing.
No, they didn't get their shit done.
Yeah, no,
Austin was very upset this week.
I was surprised
because
too.
I thought I was wrong, and I was like Googling and trying to find out where was that.
I waited till Wednesday, and I waited for my legally downloaded copies of my comic books. Support your local store. And
hey, by the way, this week for those people that do collect them, yet again. This is the second week in a row of no fried pie variants.
No fried pies.
I apologize. So, but continue.
Come on, Books A Million, get your shit together. Anyway, yeah, I opened it up. I was so excited. I saw my Action Comics. I squealed. I saw my Suicide Squad. I was like, yay! And I saw a couple other things. I'm looking the teas.
The one you want.
I see Titans, and where's the Flash? And then I go on there and I look, and I'm like, no!
Okay, now
because I look it up and it doesn't come out till next week.
No, this is really crazy to think about.
Is Batman going to come out too at the same time? Are they going to do it coinciding?
That's what I was curious about.
Okay.
Because this is the first time in all of Rebirth that we've not had consistency.
Well,
they have been.
They're doing it for a reason. DC, they're on board. They know what they're doing now.
But
which is
keep in mind, Marvel sometimes extends their releases.
DC.
But DC is. There's not been a time in Rebirth. I said Rebirth. Rebirth.
Yeah.
Once that they've fucked up on their bi-monthly. they've been on. I mean, a schedule.
It's either on purpose or shit happens. I don't think there's much point.
But they haven't done shit happens yet.
That makes me think too. I mean, because since out of the big two, they're going to have the harshest deadlines of them all. I think, unless they're really they have faith in these guys.
Did anyone watch the recut to BVS? Someone decided to make
Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, someone did a Guardians of the Galaxy style opening to Batman versus Superman. They used Mr. Blue Sky, like I've already said. I'm an ELO fan, so they used that same thing, and they did it to the Batman fight sequence.
When are we gonna get to talk about Batman Superman? I know how I'm gonna fix it. I got it.
Not tonight.
Well, no. We're already over an hour.
But no, we do need that one because our Suicide Squad one was good. But I feel like
we need to continue it too because Evan wasn't part of it. We need to get his input.
I already went over. Oh wait, it got deleted, didn't it?
Wait, what?
We didn't record my actual Suicide Squad.
Oh, the one.
That was all gone.
Oh no.
But that's about all I had to say about it. Anyways, New Superman probably going to get canceled, even though it's great.
Yeah, it's
It
good.
doesn't feel like a book that's gonna sell. I get it.
I mean, I would love to see. Is it Keenan Kong? Is that his name or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'd love to see him transition to Superboy. I mean, I could see that
I
happening.
would love that.
I totally could.
Well, Evan and I have already talked. We love his crew.
Oh yeah,
I like
Chinese
the Batman of
The
China
Batman-
and the Wonder
Batman's
Woman of
funny.
China.
Yeah, I
he's-
really like that Batman.
I'd give her take on this new Flash, but
Yeah,
I think it's gonna grow. Well, I mean, I say that so it's canceled.
the problem with New Superman is
Mhm.
when I tell people about it, I'm like, hey, there's this cool Superman book I'm reading. It's China decides to make their own Super Justice League,
and they turn away.
and they make a Superman, and they're like, okay, is that real?
Like,
I'm like,
they think it's like, are they gonna fight?
They're like, are they
But-
bad guys? Like, is it a joke? I'm like,
The-
no.
The thing I like about it is that you have Superman in this title too. Be like, hey man, you're doing a good job. He
Okay.
doesn't like ruffles his hair
As
and then just
no,
flies away.
I am a Superman fan. He's just my favorite, and when he does
he's been written
things
so
like
well lately,
when he does stuff like
Yeah.
that, when he shows up in little books,
That's what he needs to be. He
it
needs to be
makes
someone
my
who's
heart so
not
fuzzy.
involved. Yeah, he needs to be someone who's not involved, but there to be like, hey man, just like give him a little noogie or something.
My
give him
favorite
a
part
walk,
is why he's well written, Nick, and you just stressed it, is because that he's used very little.
Well, it's because they're gonna write themselves into a corner if they have him
Do
like,
too much big stuff.
Well, if he's fighting like saving Metropolis First National, I mean he'll be like, hey guys, just give him the finger poke of death and they'll be done. Yeah, but
That's the thing. You can't have problems that Superman has to solve every issue because if that's happening, the world is dead.
The world should not.
No, the world wouldn't be dead. It just there would be no crime at all.
Yeah,
and that's the cool thing with Superman that he's like, oh, okay, I'll just let my friends do this because when they were talking about the pre-New 52 Superman, when he was watching the Justice League do this stuff, and he's like, I almost stepped in, but they got it done, so I watched them. I kept an eye on them, and he even he did little things too, like to make things happen a certain way. Like I just remember that one panel from the very end of the New 52 Darkseid War of the new Lois and
What
Clark.
a fucking great run, right?
Like whenever
did you read all that?
Of
Justice League Darkseid War.
Yeah, no, I like.
Did you read that?
No.
That was pretty much
shit.
that was the beginning.
That was
of
the
end for
most
Superman.
gnarly series.
No, I was talking about when the Justice League when it first started, like New 52.
Oh,
launched.
you mean
at the very end,
yeah,
whenever they're cleaning
origin.
up the thing, and they're all like talking there. They have this panel of like a building in the background that the guy had taken. But in Lois and Clark, you see that and you think it's like an antenna. It's Superman standing there watching them, like keeping an eye on them, which is really cool.
And that's what he.
Yeah.
I think we finally got a good grasp on the character again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would.
Was so iconic. For so many years.
Now, all I want to say is, if there's any DC people listening, got a couple Superman books I want to write. One is focused on Richard Pryor's character from Superman 3.
Okay. Yeah.
Who is that?
Who turns into? Do you want to turn him into Nuclear Man? While you're
I
there?
just feel like we should just use this character. He's in the canon.
Yeah, I mean,
like
just
make him canon.
Have him be an evil foil.
Please
to
tell me
Lucius Fox.
Superman 3 isn't canon.
Wait, you've seen Superman 3, right? Where Superman's drinking at a bar, he's drinking scotch at a bar.
Seriously,
And Richard Pryor is the villain.
Yes.
It's the
Yeah,
greatest,
I've seen it.
It's the greatest movie of all
Seriously,
time.
have him, he doesn't have to be like, he could be an evil Lucius Fox. Like, have him be like
Whoa!
like,
Nick is just fucking spitting hot fire tonight
have him
on
be
this
Luther's
one.
right-hand man, like
That's
his,
a really good idea. I really like that.
Just something like that. He doesn't have to be goofy and everything, or he could be goofy. Who
No,
knows? But
okay, we need to end this, but hold on. I need to write that one down. Damn it, Nick, that's a good one.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
because we don't have Mercy Graves anymore.
Mercy Graves isn't around. I liked Mercy.
I've seen her in like 2 issues of Rebirth, so I guess she's still technically.
Okay, yeah, because I could see her as Luther's valet. I think that's cool. Like it's kind of like the
hold
Kato
on.
thing.
What the fuck did they do with? They killed her in BVS, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
That whole.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about Batman versus Superman. I'm sorry.
I do, but we can't.
I
do it
do. We'll
tonight.
do it later.
Yeah, I mean.
God, what a great week. I mean,
this has been good stuff. I also
thing-
like Green Lantern too. I read all the DC stuff.
Hold on. Do you read Green Lanterns or Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern
Both.
Corps?
Both.
I gave up on Hal Jordan.
Are you up on your Green Lantern mythos pretty much, or?
I'm a huge Lantern fan, and I gotta say, out of Rebirth, I have stopped reading.
Well,
and I'm not trying
just
to be like a dick. I
Yeah.
mean, like it's something that is special to me, and Jeff.
Jeff Johns just knocked it out of the park with his.
Yeah, and so
he
when I go back into reading this, I just don't feel like it has its.
No, it's good. I mean, it's really.
Also, I hate
different.
Simon so fucking much.
Simon.
He is not in Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps.
No,
either.
this is like Sinestro's.
No,
kid,
I meant
his son?
I'm sorry, Green Lanterns.
Yeah, Green Lantern sucks.
Yeah, Simon is.
But like
the
resurrected
past
Hal,
one,
right?
the Phantom Lantern. Well, that was awesome.
Okay.
That was
You know
good
what,
stuff.
Nick? You're 100% right.
Yeah.
That was really cool because I got to see Scarecrow with a fucking yellow lantern ring. That's the only thing as a child. Like, I mean,
Well,
that's,
they had that in the Core War, I think, too, right? Didn't
they used that in Blackest Night, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was a really cool thing. But I really liked the way they worked around that because also and remember that what was the issue before where Batman?
Yeah, Batman had a yellow ring in Forever Evil, and he had a Green Lantern ring, I think, in a story for about 2 panels.
It was cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
but
it looked good.
I'm not a huge fan of
Superman's had
Simon.
a Green Lantern ring at some point.
No, he's a Blue Lantern.
There was no Blue Lantern the first time.
He was a
the
white.
first
He
time
was a White Lantern, which actually Superman would be good as a Blue Lantern because
Hope.
the S stands for hope.
Hey, fuck you, man. I like the only thing that Zack Snyder,
Superman.
The only thing that Zack Snyder did do right was, I think, Man of Steel. We were gonna. That's one thing I wanted to talk about. I wanted to hear
Find him.
before we end this.
Where is the Codex? What?
I am.
Where is the Codex,
such,
Austin? Where is it?
You know where it's at? It's not in the fucking DC mythology because they fucking made it up for the stupid fucking movie.
It's not in the DCEU anymore. They completely forgot about it.
But I just want to talk about really quick before we end this.
Okay.
Zack Snyder, because I mean, Man of Steel actually, in my personal opinion, is. I know it's uses so much like fucking media with like IHOP and like all that bullshit,
Well,
but like
a lot of movies have. Do you remember Amazing Spider-Man 2? Sony.
Sony. I didn't finish it.
This episode is brought to you tonight by Sony.
But
Sony Walkman out right now, 1997. Get your Sony Walkman and a complimentary headphones at your Radio Shack today.
Don't squish it.
Out of curiosity, did anyone look up the eBay prices of Zunes?
Oh, did they go up now?
Oh, it's crazy, Nick.
You couldn't get rid of those things like a month ago. Oh man.
But I just gotta say,
oh,
can you back Zack Snyder for me, Nick? Can you actually say that? But okay, Man of Steel, I do enjoy that movie because I'm a jerk
What are you
off.
asking?
I just don't know because I just don't like his movies. I've rewatched Watchmen. I've rewatched 300. I've watched Dawn of Justice. I watched Sucker Punch. I hate his style. Stylistically,
he did something that was good. What got him his job? What movie was that? I saw it in. It has like some. I can't remember what it was, but he made one thing that was right that I like.
300 is the one I think he really took off on.
No, it wasn't 300. But yeah, no. Now, visually, Zack Snyder.
You like that? That dark.
Zack Snyder would be awesome as a stunt coordinator or a second unit
Oh,
director.
I like that, Nick.
Yeah.
That's good. See, there. That's all I wanted to hear.
I could see
Nick
him.
bringing the positive.
He's the ultimate second unit guy. Now, his style, to me anyway, what I've seen is his fight scenes. They are very good. They're very nice visually. 300. I like the visual effects in 300.
Yeah,
visual
for sure.
effects in Watchmen were good. Sucker Punch is good. Superman, to me though, seems like it's something a little more. I don't want to use the word. I don't want to use the word epic, because that's what he does. He doesn't do anything small. He does epic. But Superman is on.
You can say bloated.
A different scale. Whereas Superman is this ultra powerful being, and you need to portray that correctly. But
so you felt he took it.
I think that Zack Snyder would do good Batman. I think he'd be all right with Batman stuff, like, because that's more street level, better than the whole Kid and Poe flexing stuff that Christian Bale was doing. But Superman, it seems it's a little out of his scope. Man of Steel, I'm not a huge fan of. There's some things about it that I don't like. There's things about it I hate, and there's things about it that I think is pretty good. The opening scene with
The Kryptonian
Jor-El,
mythology.
that was
Give
good.
me a movie of that.
That was good. I mean, I'd love to see that with Jor-El. And
Can I ask you? Do you like Henry Cavill?
Henry Cavill visually looks like Superman. He is probably Christopher Reeve is iconic and everything, but Big Hank Cavill, he looks like Superman. I can get behind him as Superman. I think he can do it if he's given the right thing. I'd love to see Hank Cavill as James Bond someday.
Dude, oh my God!
Wouldn't that be great?
You're killing it on pitches tonight.
Anyway, so yeah, he is doing good. The only thing I don't like, or the thing I hate from Man of Steel, Ma and Pa Kent. That is the worst characterization of Ma and Pa Kent I've ever seen, and that kind of screwed this Superman
that's
from
where
the
that
beginning.
weighs it down at.
Yes. Now I get that this is supposed to be more realistic. This is kind of set in a world where, we can
All I think about right
pull
now
back our suspension of
is
disbelief.
the BVS flashback when you say that.
And I'm gonna get to that.
That's what
I will get there. Okay. Anyway, it starts there with them, where Ma and Pa Kent in the comics and pretty much every other
Iteration.
continuity, in that they are my grandparents. They're the nicest people in the entire world.
Best.
Midwest farmers.
78 Superman.
If you need to save somebody, do what you can. Don't let anybody get hurt. This thing though is more realistic. This is actually like if my grandpa would have like Superman. If my mom was Superman. Draw that too. Draw my mom as Superman. It would be like my grandpa like, oh, don't call attention to yourself. Keep your head down, because that's how my grandpa talks. Anyway, it's more like that. But they're all like, oh, don't save somebody. If you should have let them kids drown. And stuff like that. And it's like, no,
you're Superman. You're fucking Superman.
No, and that's the thing that has pissed me off, and that's why he's such a loner, like kind of like ego, I don't want to call him emo, but he's like just downtrodden and all this stuff, like he's sneak dissing, destroying people's cars. Y'all remember Randall from Recess? When I think of sneak dissing, I think of him. Yeah, exactly.
Hold on.
So,
I just want to
we
call
can't
out Nick
take
on being
much more.
fucking cult as fuck right now.
Okay,
Jesus Christ. That was,
that
was a deep cut on that one.
When he strung up that...
I know what you're talking about.
that truck.
No, it just...
He did spill beer on him in front of that girl. But anyway,
yeah, I know. And he's like, you know what? That was enough. Destroy.
And so
here's my thing. Here, continue your point.
Hold on. I want to hear this.
So anyway, from there is where this Superman is different. And I think it starts down there. Is why I don't think I like this one. And then all of a sudden he just changes gears. Like he's like,
immediately,
I'm Superman. Hey, check this out. It's really cool. Blah 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 blah. And weren't you just trying to find yourself like 20 minutes ago? Like it's like kind of. I mean, I understand that Zod.
You
coming
can't tell
back-
me when you have a tasty redhead in front of you, you don't just find yourself.
Okay.
Okay,
This is Superman.
I have to interject.
Thanks,
real quick.
man. Okay,
I have
all
to
right.
interject real quick.
Please do.
I liked that first part because this is supposed to be the Superman who dies. The Superman who dies is an asshole. He's cocky. He's got a big ego, and his redemption is when he dies. That's the Superman.
He's not.
That's a good
cocky,
point.
Yes,
Evan.
he is. He's Superman.
He's
he has a right-
confident.
What the fuck ever.
That's a good point. I like that.
But they downplayed that. They're like, oh wait, he's got to be for truth, justice, and the American way. Downplay that stuff. I wish they would have kept him as more cocky.
I wish that they would have portrayed Superman, even in the comics too. I'd love it if he was somebody who has the potential to be super smart. Like, you know, his parents were both scientists, like the best scientists on their planet. But he's a simple farm boy.
Why didn't people? God,
Yeah,
you're just killing it.
Like just, you know, like he's got kind of a southern accent like we do, you know, from like rural Kansas, and he's somebody that, you know, he ain't got no book learning, but, you know, once he gets
he has the potential if he can pursue it.
Once he gets to the Fortress of Solitude, he learns all this stuff and he becomes that super smart.
That is a good.
But I'd love it if Superman was a little more naive, like where he's more trusting of other people too, because that's like
Hold on,
like a Midwest culture.
Have you read Evan and I's like favorite book, American Alien?
Yeah, I have. Is that what they're doing?
Oh no, I mean I
okay.
just mean like
This
that
is
was
really good.
Just a fucking
yeah.
awesome. Like
I haven't read any issues, but I have Wikipedia'd it.
You need to read it. It's really
Okay.
good.
I feel like that's there's so many books you can wiki, but that one is
Yeah.
just so emotionally connecting. Like I've never read a better book.
Because I
Superman wise.
I just feel like that's how Superman would be if he was real. He's somebody that's like always trusting of. If Mom and Paul Kent were his real parents,
yeah.
like, you know, it's
Well,
like,
that's
you
the
know,
thing that could open up an interesting dynamic. Is
Yeah.
the reason Superman has a problem with the bad guys? He says, "Okay, you, it was a mistake this time. I'll let you go for now."
and,
With the
and that's the
warning."
thing with Lex
I
Luthor. Like
hate that
he thinks Lex Luthor's a good guy until he doesn't. Like, you know, does the whole like, you know, like, oh, you know,
It's me, Lex Luthor.
it's me, Austin. Yeah, exactly. Like
I just
yeah, like it's
It was me the whole time, Superman. You fool.
exactly. But yeah, you know, just him like do the whole thing like Lex Luthor. No, Lex Luthor. He does so much for the community. It can't be him. You know, like something like that. You know, is how-
God, you're really.
just.
I just hate the fact that this isn't existing. I like hearing you talk about it, but I just
and
know it's
I'm
not
sorry,
real.
but this is kind of my pitch to, you know, the new BVS plot. It's kind of building around that. But yeah, I mean, to me, Man of Steel was just from the start. It was a little different, and I mean, and you know, this is going to be a darker thing, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think Batman should go around killing people, but you know, he didn't even kill people in Dark Knight Returns. Rubber bullets. Yeah. So it's like, you know. Just,
Okay, so this is one thing I noticed. We talked about it slightly earlier. Like
Mhm.
I got to go see Guardians again.
Yeah.
And all I could think about is like they have that like they're really big on that whole acid trip like
The
color
dimension
cue.
hopping. or-
Color cue.
Yeah.
You know, like it is the and Thor Ragnarok trailer uses the same thing. It's that fucking
Thor Ragnarok is like
The
already-
whole
No,
society-
it's they're 60s, 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
They're collapsing it together into a fucking kaleidoscope and using it for their movies.
Thor Ragnarok
I
is
mean,
going to be Guardians 2.5.
It is.
Oh, for
It's
sure.
hopefully a good movie.
Okay,
I'm
but
not Guardians
this
too.
is where I don't
Um,
maybe explain to me why the fuck. Okay, it's not necessarily I understand dark films, but like I just tried the other day to put Dawn of Justice on again.
It's devoid of all color, isn't it?
It's so rough, and
It was on
like,
purpose. It's not like it was a fucking accident.
Yeah,
it was a
no,
stylistic
no,
choice.
but like
Think about the original Man of Steel too. It wasn't very colorful at all.
no, wait,
like,
wait,
I mean-
you've seen the video
Well,
that someone.
Yeah, you've told me
Man of
about
Steel
they
was
just-
very
yeah.
poorly color corrected to be dark. Batman vs Superman was filmed correctly to be dark.
It was supposed
But
to be
okay,
that way.
but like, but this is the thing.
It's always darkest before the dawn.
I think that obviously Marvel is overdoing it. In my now, that's just a personal opinion.
Okay.
I feel like it's too much. Like, wow, I get it. Like we're flamboyant and we're
And I've discussed that before. That Marvel's always been a little more feel good, like a little more out of, like, you know, more suspension of disbelief kind of tales. as opposed to
That's
DC.
good, man.
Like
I like
you know,
that.
like,
Yeah.
so everything in there is positive and for the most part happy and just carefree.
Go lucky.
Except for
in-
Iron Man 1, where he gets kidnapped by terrorists.
Yeah, besides
He has
that.
to build a suit and murder
Well,
them all.
I was gonna say the Vietnamese guy. He wore pretty
Evan explaining Iron Man 1
He wore a
is
pretty
worth
cool, like, green
everything
Vietnamese
in the
jumpsuit,
world.
So he was rocking that one piece.
But-
I'm pretty sure he had bell bottoms too. But
What?
yeah,
But do you, when you look at it, like, okay, if you look at,
Low Wayne. I don't know if that's his name, but it sounds like it.
when's the last time you watched Suicide Squad?
Are we gonna go back to that?
No, all
when it
I
came
want-
out on DVD like the first
okay.
day. And then
All I
didn't
want
watch
to talk
it.
about is that Suicide Squad, like, attempted, like, not a colorful movie, but they used a lot more effects. I just don't. Marvel and DC are just on such opposite spectrums right now.
And it's
that
hilarious
I-
because the comics are the inverse too.
Exactly.
yeah.
That's what I just don't understand what's happening.
It's just a choice that Warner Brothers they've decided that
Financially, why would they do that? That
it
sounds
doesn't
so
have nothing to do with
stupid.
fucking finances.
They're in
It's a
between.
stylistic choice where they want to portray the DC universe as dark and twisted and bad. And bad things are happening. That's why these good guys need to do their thing.
While on the
And-
other
and-
hand,
and-
Captain America is part of Hydra.
I'm talking about the movies.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Exclusively
well,
about
no,
movies.
like what Nick just said. Like how it's weird that the comics are like inverse.
Well, no,
Like,
I mean, I thought he meant like Superman is literally the brightest, most colorful comic book I've read in years, and it's just
Yeah, and they've addressed this too. Do you guys remember Infinite Crisis on Infinite Earths? That's the whole reason these dudes came back. Because they've been like, oh, these are not, because you got Wonder Woman killing Maxwell Lord, you got Doomsday killing Superman, you got Bane breaking his back, you've got Green Lantern destroying Coast City. That's why they came back, because it's like, you guys are not upholding how superheroes are supposed to be. People are supposed to look up to you, they're supposed to hold you to a higher standard.
why are they making these
So,
movies like this?
That way, you can... Maybe they're gearing up for an Infinite
That's what I
Crisis.
was gonna say. I
But,
don't know if they're gearing up for an Infinite Crisis, but I think they're gearing up for a redemption film or a redemption arc.
Mm-hmm.
Is Batman Batman in the comics is all about fear. Superman in the comics is
Like,
all about hope.
I really hope Flash is more lighthearted, is what I really hope.
If we
because
get a
his-
Flash movie,
we don't
Yeah.
have confirmation.
they've
They
gone
still
through
don't-
like 7 directors.
They still don't have a director.
Guys, we'll make a Flash movie for you. All right, just give us.
Oh my
Give us a
god.
few months. We'll do it.
Seriously, if you
Yeah.
want to,
We're probably
every person sitting in this room right now would give you every piece of energy we have to make a Flash movie.
Please
Yeah.
don't take my energy.
One
I'm
that's
alive for a little
good and has the rogues in it and it's fun and
Cap-
we don't kill anybody.
We'll
It's
have
good.
Cap. I'll say it's Captain Cold. Man,
I
I've
don't-
always been a Captain Cold
Oh yeah,
fan.
no, Captain Cold would be fun.
Give me Boomerang. Give
Well,
me Harkness.
well, we can't do
I'll
Boomerang.
I'll
that's
do
the
Mirror
only thing.
Master. I'd like to do Mirror Master. That'd be cool.
Oh, Mirror Master would be good too.
Mhm.
Also, we're probably rocking 2.5 hours at this point.
No, we're at one. One
we're
and a half.
one?
1.5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm bad with measuring time. We've been talking for a long time, and if we keep tangenting off of,
Yeah.
All right, well then let's just hit finishing quotes, Evan.
Well, no, I want to fucking
Oh,
address Snyder for a second because
Oh,
that's where we
okay.
started. And
Then
then we,
I
we gotta do our pitch. 'Cause I thought of a good pitch the other day.
Good.
Or this is one I've been thinking about for
I
a
love
long
pitches.
Man of Steel, I thought was very well done as far as the action was concerned, because the
Was
only
it too much?
Huh?
It wasn't too much for you.
It has to be too much.
Oh, I like that.
What do you want Superman doing? Fucking karate chop action? That's gonna be
No,
boring.
I just want to
It
float
has
with
to
Lana
literally
Lang on a
be. It
farm.
literally has to be Dragon Ball Z. If you watch Dragon Ball Z as a kid, that's the only way Superman can fight another Superman level bad guy. Is it has
really
it has to
funny.
be fast. It has to be snappy. Shit's got to blow up.
This episode is brought to you by Death Battle.
Yeah, Superman wins, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Try your free ebook on audible.com.
yeah. Audible.com. I recommend. I've been reading Goodnight Moon by Samuel L. Jackson.
Dollar Shave Club.
Dollar Shave Club. Please give us money. But no, I actually think the action was very well done. I think, again, we were talking about the color. I think the color was shit. I think the dark color scheme for Batman vs. Superman was fantastic. I think that was visually,
that's how it's supposed to be.
I think it was visually, it was a very good
This
movie.
movie's supposed to be bleak. I wish that they would have changed it. Superman should feel guilty about killing Zod because he killed the last Kryptonian. He sent the other ones to death.
Yeah.
So he's conflicted inside. And that's, when he should start, like, veering away from what a superhero does. And that's when Batman's like, hey, buddy, you're not being a good superhero. And so then Superman's like, oh, yeah, well, I'm going to punch you. And then Batman's like, nah, I've been reading about you, buddy. I know how to beat you. And just actually do, like, some good Batman fighting stuff, And, with my way, you don't have to use kryptonite. But, whatever.
We didn't write the movie.
Yeah.
But I think Amy
Because he
Adams...
lied. He said no kryptonite.
Don't
Hey,
say
Amy
a
Adams
word
is
about
really,
Amy.
really
No!
terrible Lois Lane.
Leave my house if you say anything bad about Amy Adams.
I think that's a poorly written character.
I have a problem with this situation.
Oh, Lord. Jeez.
I shouldn't have brought it up.
God.
I'm done. I don't have anything else to say. I thought the action was good. I thought the color of Batman vs Superman was good, and I don't like Amy Adams as Lois Lane. Those are all my remarks.
There's other things that can be said, and we'll have to have a whole night to do that.
It would
We're
take like
hours.
2 nights on
We're-
that
We
one.
could do a Batman vs Superman and Man of Steel night.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Okay,
That would be good.
Before you end your thing, can I talk about Jesse Eisenberg? What was your feelings on that?
I thought he made a good villain. I did not think he made a good anything.
Damn,
either.
why are you guys just killing it tonight? He did make a great villain, but did not make a great Lex Luthor. That was good. God.
That's as much as far as it goes for me.
Nick?
He's a Weasley little fuck.
See?
Which
is not a way you should ever describe Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I know exactly. Now,
Man, Nick and I have had extensive Lex Luthor conversations.
Yeah,
I'm not a Lex fan. I'm not a Superman.
How are you not a Lex Luthor
I'm not
fan?
a Superman
Lex is the
family
Doctor
fan.
Doom of the DC universe. Anyway, yeah, we're used to seeing Superman adventures with Clancy Brown Lex Luthor, the best Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry, Gene. Sorry, Spacey. But anyway, Clancy is the best,
For sure.
and that's why he's still doing it, because he is the best.
Like Kevin.
But that villain is, and they started this, I think, like maybe about the 90s, whenever the whole like Superman died thing. They started to portray him more as like a Machiavellian type villain rather than a mad scientist. And no, not even then, because he put his brain in a clone, so he's still mad sciencey right there. But anyway, that show kind of portrayed him as like a businessman who it's like, yeah, I did this Superman, but can you prove it? And so that's a great foil to Superman. Like somebody who, because he can take them in and do everything, but they can't do anything to him. He's untouchable. He's clean, and they sort of did that with this Superman, and I guess from a younger standpoint, if Lex Luthor was a millennial, that might be how he acts. But I wish that he would have been like silly and crazy and stuff like that, like in that.
Why?
But then
but what? I mean, I just don't understand the silly crazy part.
Well, just when he's like putting Jolly Ranchers in people's mouths.
Well, I mean,
and
why would you want that?
Well, that's his public persona.
You feel like
that's
he's cool. It's like his character.
That way you can kind of have a foil Batman too when he acts
you.
different. That way you have him like his open and thing. But then when he has Superman, it's like, okay, Superman, I'm gonna cut the bullshit. This is how it is.
I love this.
This is what you're going to do.
This.
Like he's like, yeah, and he could have done that too with the Senator, which he sort of did with the Granny's peach tea thing. Like,
I didn't like
that.
that.
At the tail end, he sort of did a little bit.
Now, here's the real question. Was it piss or was it peach tea?
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Wheelchair bomb.
The day I see Jesse Eisenberg, I have one question for that man.
Wasn't he like really obtuse about that? Like, hey, how do you think you did on Batman vs Superman? Oh, I didn't watch the movie. I just did my acting, and that's it.
No, that's
He
him
knew.
in general.
He knew.
No,
He knew.
He doesn't.
He knew.
He's a. I mean, yeah, no,
He
he's not
knew.
involved in anything he does.
He knew.
I don't know.
Lord.
One last thing on my behalf of this, I just want to that Nick brought up. When it comes to DC, and I maybe I just fucking reaped the field of nostalgia, but Superman the animated series encapsulated so much for me, along with Batman the animated series. When you watch, you watch Kevin do his portrayal of Batman along with those supervillains, there's like this weird like dark magic of like, I feel a part of this. Like you feel Batman is human, but he's reaching supernatural goals. Like he can't ever be where he needs to be. But when you watch what's his name, Tim Daly?
Drake?
The guy that does Superman.
Tim Daly.
Do Superman, like, he's always on point.
He encapsulates how Superman should be. He's somebody who has like just, you know, like that voice where it's very authoritative, but at the same time it's like, you know, it's caring.
Caring.
Like
Caring.
he's like,
I just feel that, like,
which that's what Superman needs to be, like someone who's genuinely altruistic, like not somebody who's like phoning it in or whatever. Like
he's there for the long run.
Yeah.
I just feel that it's weird that the DC animated universe is easily touchable, and Warner Brothers has ignored it in their cinematic universe. Like
DC just totally outweighed Marvel animation. You see Marvel animation anymore? DC's still making those standalone movies, and they're doing well.
Yeah.
I mean, now they sell more digital copies than they do physical. But
I just wish.
Still.
I guess what I'm saying is that I wish that the DC extended universe, as in Justice League, Suicide Squad, BVS, was just more towards the vibe of those animated series, and not out of nostalgia. I just feel like, as someone that's gone back, you know, I read 70s, 60s, 80s, 90s, like all these stories. I just feel like when I watch, and I watch them regularly too, when I watch those series and I watch Superman with Brainiac, like, I never feel like I'm watching a child's show. I feel like it's Superman is always an adult in the situation. He talks his way. Brainiac does something stupid.
Yeah, Superman is always he's always talk first, punch later.
Well,
which is great.
I just want to see that on film, and I don't think we'll ever.
It's pretty easy. The reason those shows work the way they work.
We did in the 70s. The original Superman movies were kind of.
I'm a Reeves fan too, so I mean.
But the reason those shows work is because it's literally Golden Age Superman and Golden Age Batman with 90s writing and 90s story creation, and it's you take. Truth, Justice, in the American Way. He's a good guy. He goes to the Daily Globe. He loves his wife. All that stuff, Superman, and you put him against the more modern villains of the more modern storylines.
Oh,
and that's
did you say 30s Batman? Dude, did you say 30s Batman or?
That's in Golden Age.
Oh, okay.
Golden Age.
Okay, because I was saying Golden Age Batman is fucking crazy.
No, dude, not
30s. He carries a gun.
We cannot talk about Golden Age Batman.
He carries a gun.
Also, did you see they released a full cassette of all the colored Batmans?
Oh no!
What the fuck does that mean?
What is this?
The colored Batman?
Did you say cassette? Or what?
You said a full collection.
Okay, a full collection.
No, I said cassette. I've been listening.
He's at about
I've had
5/6 of a bottle. So
I'm talking that was a Dark Tower reference.
Okay, gotcha.
I've listened to way too much Stephen King over the last couple months. But no, they made an entire collection of all the colored Batmans.
Oh, gotcha! Like all the ones from the comics, like all of them.
Like there's like the full rainbow spectrum.
Purple Gloves to current.
No, the full rainbow spectrum.
Oh, like when Batman was doing the whole outfit stuff in the 50s and 60s.
It's like it's like hundreds of dollars for them.
Okay.
They who? What is it? Like a picture?
No, it's DC.
Is it comics?
Warner Brothers has, and I get this through Books A Million. We get
you get like a newsletter probably.
These special things, and you look at these, and I would love to have a Gal Gadot or however.
Gal Gadot. Godot is how she says her name. Godot.
Is that how she says it? Okay.
Yep.
Gal Gadot.
I would love to have her cool. She's got a really badass figurine. It's like one of the tall ones, and it's like $30 to $40.
Yeah, there's one of my clients really likes this One Punch Man thing that they want to see.
One Punch Man is so
it's $60
right now.
I've never seen it.
I just don't understand how much. Okay,
we are literally rambling.
All right. Anyway, do you guys have any pitches or anything you want to do tonight?
I want to hear your pitch. I do have a pitch, but I want to hear yours because you've repped it too
I've,
hard.
I've actually got two. This is one that I've been thinking for like an actual comic book, and I want to make this a movie. I was thinking about maybe doing it for the film competition next year. I'd like to have a movie that has just this skinny 70s guy who's a Foley artist, like in the pioneering days. Foley artist, like doing like stuff, making sound effects for movies.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But him, he's like a pioneering person, but he's just the worst person in the world. He's like cussing at people. He thinks he's a star. And he's like, I drove to fucking work, and he hates his life, and so he does it to other people. Like he's just a dick, And I just think that's funny because it's like, you're a Foley artist, and so I think of him going like fucking shit while he's like banging like a wet chamois cloth with a stick. He's just like, fucker, like just somebody who's angry doing Foley art.
Well, I guess.
Okay. Anyway,
mine is not too far from what Nick just pitched.
And anyway, yeah, this is something Harry and I have actually been working on for probably about 2 years now. Since the whole Marvel thing, the Avengers, we've decided, well, we want to make our own thing, and we actually started filming something like a year and a half ago. It was the non-copyright infringing Superpowers team.
Dude, you actually did that?
And yeah, we have somebody named we have Soldier.
You already showed me that.
All right, well.
No. I just can't believe you actually went through with that.
At first we did, but then it fell through. We have shots of Thor with he's like in an FFA type kid outfit. He's wearing a black shirt, jeans, boots. He has a claw hammer, and he just has like this weird hat with wings, like his backward hat. And he's fighting Iron Man, who's in like a cardboard box. That robot we made years ago, we painted it like Iron Man, so he's wearing that outfit. And so anyway, this thing led me to come up with a whole new Superpowers team, and these are dumb, so forgive me. We have Robot Cop, who is like our RoboCop. We have Dark Saber, who gets his power from the Dark Star. He's Darth Vader. We have Alabaster James, Indiana Jones, and his faithful companion, Shrug. Shrek is going to be his sidekick, who helps him out.
Nick, Jesus Christ.
And then, of course, later we have Badman coming in, because we have this really good...
I really like Badman. I actually think that's something that you should pursue.
Just Badman? Yeah, Badman would be the greatest thing ever. I mean, and I want to make Badman so bad. And so anyway, I was thinking too the other day, Guardians of the Galaxy got me thinking this, and I thought probably the best like non-copyright infringing Guardians of the Galaxy team ever. And go with me here, because there's actually a thing of this online that inspired me. All these people fighting out in Hollywood dressed as this. Batgirl, Mr. Incredible, Chewbacca, Freddy Krueger, and Waldo from Where's Waldo. All 5 of them were fucking brawling out in Hollywood. In a video that I saw, they're just like punching the shit out of each other.
Wait. What?
This is real.
This is a real thing?
Yeah, I was out on like, what is it, Rodeo Drive or wherever they have on
They have all the people in costumes.
Yeah, they have the people in costume, yeah. So that's my Guardians of the Galaxy. Mr. Incredible, Batgirl, Chewbacca.
Wait, hold on.
Freddy Krueger.
I want to go back to
Waldo.
that. This is real?
This is real, yeah. I'm going to need to show you this whenever we get done with the internet. But, yeah, it's real. And those are my non-copyright infringing Guardians. Just think about that for a minute.
No, I just don't.
Wouldn't you like to see that on film?
I just want to
Those
end
5
this.
guys.
All I want to... Okay, I'll do my quick pitch, but I really want to watch this now. I don't really give a fuck about my pitch.
Yeah.
But it's something that I've already... Nick and I have talked about this since we were in high school, but like, I really just want to do a local supervillain. He doesn't have any powers. He's just a supervillain. He walks into ice cream shops and knocks ice cream out of children's hands. And I was like, dude, what the fuck?
Does he have a cape and go,
yeah, and a mustache.
Okay, good.
And they're like, what was that? He's like, it's fucking Captain Evil. He's just a dick. He just fucking comes in here every week, and all he does is be mean to people. And, like, that's all he does. He doesn't have any powers. He doesn't have big plots.
Oh, yeah, I remember
He's
that was
just
a long
an
time ago.
asshole.
Yeah.
And because that's
dick.
all he can do
Yeah.
is just, he's like, I don't have anything cool.
He's not doing anything.
And then in
technically
all
illegal.
honesty, all he's doing is trying to find a hero
yeah,
to battle him.
Yeah.
Like, it's all he's trying to do. and then the cops decide to be a hero and shoot him.
Yeah,
Damn.
It is an Image comic, if you couldn't tell.
Okay.
it would be. I mean, it's basically it's just
that's the only
kick-ass,
thing
but the inverse.
Yeah. Evan, any pitches?
Dude alone in space. His spaceship talks to him. His big deal is that he's a pilot, but his ship is a better pilot than him, so he feels inadequate because the ship can fly itself.
He's emasculated.
And he's just flying through space, doing space
Keep
stuff.
talking. I'm really liking this already. Okay. And
name's
then keep going.
Keep going?
Keep
I
going.
don't have much more than that.
Oh.
He's
Does he fight a
from
crazy-
You guys are both just fucking.
Does he fight?
killing it
Does he
tonight.
fight a crazy space race, or is it it's kind of like Space Knight Rider a little bit.
No.
Yes,
Gosh,
actually,
you
actually,
guys
I
are
didn't
just
make that
so
connection.
fucking
That's awesome,
good.
yeah.
Why am I
That's-
even sitting in
that's
this room
good
with
stuff.
you two?
Fuck.
Oh,
This is
man.
awesome.
But yeah, basically that.
Okay, nice.
Thank you for joining us on tonight's Onomatopoeia, episode 10.
Deluxe edition.
Deluxe edition, special length, special girth.
Oh, got one more thing. Sorry,
One
guys.
more thing.
Okay, Austin, you like video games. We've been talking about it before we got on.
Big video game fan.
Yeah, huge. Backgammon Online. Have you played Solitaire before, too? It's a good game.
I'll jump into that.
Anyway,
I'll look up the rules.
Tomorrow, May 16th, Injustice 2 comes out.
Oh boy.
Are you
Okay,
guys excited?
hey, you know what? This is what I can't say about Injustice 2.
Okay.
That Kara, her new outfit is fucking amazing.
You like that?
Like the armor suit she's got on, I just as a Supergirl fan, like I cannot talk more about. I just saw the promo shit probably just like 2 days ago, and this game I don't know anything about.
Now, do you guys have you read the Injustice
I
series?
only read
Do
up
you
to
like
year
that?
4.
I've read all of
Okay.
Injustice, and I'm up to date on Injustice.
You read
2.
4 and
Okay.
5?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh wow.
Injustice 2, they released the first chapter cutscenes, I think, on the
Oh,
internet
those
maybe a
are
few
already
days ago.
out?
They've already negated the comics. It's sad because
Wait,
you know,
wait,
the comics
what?
they've negated the comics already.
Why? I thought that was.
For those of you who haven't seen the comics, sorry, I'm going to spoil it for you. Victor Zsasz in year 5 kills Alfred, and that's pretty serious.
Yeah.
In this, they have a thing where Batman and Damian are going to confront Superman, who is in Arkham Asylum, rounding up the criminals and killing them. Superman and Batman fight. Damian, has been, just basically naysaying Batman the entire
He's
ride
been on
over.
Superman's side for 3 years.
Yeah, he's naysaying Batman the whole time.
Wait, hold on. When did he rejoin with Bruce?
Well, this is
year
this is
4?
no. This is
This is
completely
post
set.
year 5.
This is the game. This is the cutscene they released of the game.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
sorry.
he's been naysaying Batman, all this stuff. After he beats Superman, Robin comes over here and he has a knife to an inmate. And he's like, "Oh, look, it's Victor Zsasz. How many people have you killed, Victor? 121." He slits his fucking
Victor
throat.
Zsasz is already dead.
No, not by. He killed Alfred in year 5.
Yeah, but didn't Damian kill him in year 5? Did kill Zsasz in year 5?
Yeah, but this is before the events of the game, supposedly, because it says like several years ago.
What?
Like, so they've negated the comics already, which is dumb. NetherRealm, the comics were good, so it just that pissed me off already. I'm like, Mortal Kombat, they can't have nice things because of this.
I agree on
they
that.
they had it so laid out
Can
well.
Can someone answer?
Yeah.
What's Billy up to?
He's dead.
Who is?
Superman killed him at the end of year 5.
No.
Oh yeah,
why?
he killed Shazam. He
Why?
He frost breathed his mouth closed and killed him.
But
Well, apparently, Black Canary and Green Arrow and stuff, they're running around in
what
this
the
one, so
fuck?
they didn't die.
Green Arrow died in year 1.
I know, it was emotional.
Dr. Fate wouldn't got him from another reality. Because they took...
You know what?
They took
End this podcast because I don't give a fuck.
Okay,
if this
good.
is
we
what
gotta do this, man.
Injustice is already sounds like just bullshit.
No, it's. I was gonna say it. I was excited about it, and two people have they built up all this Brainiac business. You guys remember the very first trailer of that when Bryan Cranston is doing a voiceover?
What?
Wait,
And-
what?
Yeah. Okay. No.
For Brainiac?
No. No. Which actually would be really cool. I'd love Cranston in anything.
I like how we're just like, you know what? We really have a good Superman movie right now.
Yeah. You know, like just. They just want him to be Lex Luthor because he's bald. Now he'd be a good villain, but they just want it because he's bald. Anyway, what they have in it, you know, like he does this whole monologue where these guys are fighting, and he's like, "You fancy yourself heroes, blah blah blah. You're all split, blah blah blah." And he's like, you know, talking about in gladiatorial combat we do that. Each time I emerge from the pit, I come out stronger. Blah 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 blah. This dude is fucking Ra's al Ghul, so he is going to be Ra's al Ghul in this game, and that makes me happy. Because
Bryan Cranston is Russell Cole?
I believe so.
Okay,
I think he's going to be Ra's al Ghul anyway, because like they've alluded to that, because they had like the whole pit thing, and you're supposed to think, oh, gladiatorial battle. No, dude, he's talking about the friggin' Lazarus pit.
Yeah,
Hey man, I'm just happy we're gonna get Spawn and Raiden and fucking Sub-Zero.
Is Spawn in the?
Yeah.
Oh, they released the DLC pack too for it.
It's gonna have
Starfire.
DLC pack has Jason Todd,
Red Hood,
Starfire, Sub-Zero, Raiden, Spawn.
They also have Black Manta in
Black
there too.
Manta,
Okay, well,
yeah.
I think Etrigan is there too.
Huh?
Etrigan might be there.
I think Etrigan the Demon.
I
Yeah.
don't play video games, but if I can be Black Manta, I'll play video games.
Yeah. They also have color swaps too, where it actually is different characters that you play as. Like you have the Flash, you know, and all his stuff and his abilities. But apparently you can do a palette swap to create a new character, like they do with the Green Lanterns. I know for a fact you can play as Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan. I wouldn't be surprised if you couldn't do Kyle Rayner and Guy Gardner.
Kyle's not as popular.
Oh, Kyle's. I like Kyle.
I like Kyle too.
Kyle.
Why
Anyway.
do I?
Oh my god.
Alright, we're ending this right now.
Okay, I tried to end this for the past 45 minutes.
So anyway, what it is you have the Flash. He can be Reverse Flash, and he can be like Jay Garrick and other stuff like that. Like you can flip the same character sets. Like I think Batman might be one with it's like Batman, and then maybe I wouldn't be surprised if they throw Owlman in there or something like just.
The evil Batman?
It's a way they can like
From
basically
Earth Prime.
switch like you know have a game that only has 20 characters have like 60 characters. It's how they get away
That's
with
the
that.
one thing I was expecting them to do in Injustice that they didn't do.
Is there Karen Starr? Can I be Power Girl on that?
Yeah, you can. They've actually did that.
Yep.
They have a Power Girl skin.
Okay, this is like a cool game.
He's like, yeah, okay. You gonna buy?
I'm going for that. I'll buy a system for that.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was saying.
Alright, we'll end this week. And you know what the best part is? We haven't talked about next week, which is even crazier on issues.
But
Yeah,
we'll talk about that next week.
yeah.
AKA it comes out tomorrow.
We're
2 days from now.
We're gonna get the resolution, and I'm excited. Thoughts? You guys think who it might be? You thinking Dr. Manhattan? You thinking some obscure Superman villain we forgot?
I'm thinking it's going to be underwhelming.
Yeah. Well, it's probably gonna be a false reveal, I imagine. If you know, I know DC, they're gonna milk it.
Oh my god, because we've already been milked for fucking how many months now, so.
All of them.
Alright, hey, Onomatopoeia 10, I've had a great time, and it's been a blast.
Bye.
For real this time. Bye.
No, wait!